And we are live. It is Sunday, the first Sunday in February, the 3rd of 2019. So I don't know what I'm talking. See, I already messed up the show 20 seconds in. I'm Ben. We got the guitar hack. We're expecting others to jump in. We'll see what happens. Apparently, there's a football game happening tonight. I don't know. Yeah, I don't watch it. So what have you? So how you doing, buddy?
I'm not too bad. How are you, man?
Oh, dude. Just living the dream. Yeah, I'm trying to get back to normal. Tuesday will be normal for me, I guess. I'm back to work Tuesday for regular shifts. Yeah, I came back. I worked Thursday, and then I was off again until Tuesday. So it really didn't do anything for me.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Let's see what we got in the chat already. We got Frank Corcoran in the house. We got Scott Nickerson, fellow Canuck. We got Jimmy T. Probably wants to talk some Kiss, which we could probably do. We got Soda Pop listening to Metal Queen Lee Aaron. Rock on. I have some news about that coming up in the show, which I forgot to mention on Thursday. Let's see. We got Jeff Harper. We've got Bam Ozzy. We got the Dogpa. We got Brian Cote. Good to see you, Brian.
Hey, folks.
And Brian's got a new show on Monday nights. Check it out, folks.
Yeah.
I've seen one episode so far. I caught part of it while I was packing for NAMM, and then I missed last week because I'm so far behind. So tomorrow, hopefully. Janice, good to see you. My lovely sister Amanda, Todd Flowers, David Ennis, Jamal. Did I see any left-handed Gibsons? I'm sure I did. I must have. There was a volume at NAMM. Gibson had as much guitars there, volume-wise as...
Yeah, I saw the video.
Several companies combined, right? When you just have tables and they're just lined up on the tables.
Yeah, rows and rows and rows of Gibsons. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like they literally brought one of everything that's available for 2019, I think.
Yeah.
It's like, here's this model in 4 finishes. Well, here's all 4 finishes. And here's this model in 8 finishes.
Well, that's all I mean, not all, but a lot of what I was looking at was looking at for videos was Gibson stuff to see what the hell they were doing. And John Bollinger did a really good one for Premier Guitar.
Okay.
Sat down with the guy's got a weird title. It's like the chief merchant or something. Anyway, they went through the Les Pauls and they explained the whole deal of what they're going to be doing and this and that, right? And then I saw that, and then they showed the NAMM stuff, and then you see them all like kind of laid out there, and wow. For a Gibson addict like myself, that would have been hog heaven right there.
Oh, believe me, you probably know. I know you went through most of the photos I upload onto Facebook, and you notice I took a lot of Gibson photos.
Yeah.
And all I thought is, well, I'm gonna cover this extensively for Hack.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, we have Caleb in the house, Mr. Nerd Halen himself. Which, my God, I swear, at least 3 or 4 people were wearing a Nerd Halen shirt every day of NAMM.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool. Yeah. I almost bought one yesterday, Ben. Came real close.
Oh, yeah. I saw that video. I commented. I've always had a soft spot for plain tops because my first Les Paul was a plain top. Did it have a pickguard on it?
No, God. You know what? Yes, it did.
It did. Okay, yeah. So, the only thing the only thing I would have changed was the zebra pickups. I put covers on them or what have you.
That's kind of...
I just don't like the zebra pickups.
Really, eh? See, that's the appeal for me. I love zebras.
Yeah.
You face zebras? Yeah.
See, and that's what makes the community great.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Quentin James in the house. Apparently he's awake. Either that or Sylvester's just operating the computer.
Yeah. So Quentin!
Isn't too many Gibson models part of what got them into trouble? The Dogpa says. Actually, they have less than before because instead of having half a dozen lines, they streamlined it to half as many different lines and just offered variants and such.
There's no more traditional. There's no more classic. It's just Gibson standards and moderns now.
Right. And ZipFix Guitars, welcome. My first Les Paul was 85 Studio in white. Very nice. Ed Dana says you're interrupting the halftime show, We are the halftime show. Speaking of halftime shows, there's Terry.
Hey, Terry.
Does Terry not have a mic again?
Can't hear you.
It's always on this channel. Always.
Yeah. Terry's going to do it with shadow puppets today.
He will be signing this portion, and sorry if I offended anybody, but Terry will be supplying the closed captioning.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, like
to each other.
That's all I was kind of looking for was Gibson stuff, the Marshall stuff, of course. I love the, the 20-watt JCM 800. That's another thing. There he is. Hear ya. We hear you.
Rock on, Terry.
Oh my god.
There you go.
You know what? One big pet peeve of mine in the Marshall room was, two. I think Steve from Boston mentioned it last night. The fact that since they weren't downstairs, they didn't have the wall Marshalls anymore.
Mm.
But secondly, I'm pretty sure I didn't see a guitar to plug into any of the amps in the room.
Yeah, they were on stage and they were just, yeah.
Yeah. For the NAMM show winner award for their 2 amps, they got the awards for like best whatever, new amp or whatever. But yet you couldn't try them. Whatever.
And the winner for best new amp that you can't plug into is Marshall.
The dog putt. Anyone get a look at the Bogner Ecstasy 25? I never made a chance to actually get into the Bogner booth. I ran by it a few times on my way to a meeting. They were in one of those locations that it just happened that I was always just literally running by. And then you would do your meeting and then get sidetracked somewhere else right after. So I never made it back. Honestly, the whole show is a blur because it's take the International Center hack. I'm sure you've been there for some kind of a show at some time or another. Yeah, times 6.
Wow.
Like all 4 rooms of the International Center times 6. Yeah.
So it's like going to the X, except times 6.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like Sur Guitars, I'm sure they had a beautiful display. Didn't even see the sign, let alone get to the booth.
Jeez.
And we had caught, what was it, on day 1 of NAMM, JJ and I were watching Pepper's show on replay, and you were talking about the new Marshalls, right? And you're like, everybody's talking about the new Marshalls, blah, blah, blah. And JJ and I look at each other, we're like, new Marshalls? Because we hadn't hit the room yet, so we had no idea. And of course, and we don't have time to keep up on social media or anything. So we're in the NAMM bubble that unless you saw it yourself, it's just like, oh, okay, cool. And I thought to myself, okay, I gotta go. I'm gonna check it out for Guitar Hack, and because I know you're a Marshall guy, so
yeah. You know what? If anyone is interested, Phil McKnight put up a fantastic video where he A/B'd the JCM 800, the new one, the 20-watt, with his Silver Jubilee, and he basically just A/B'd them back to back. And I mean, for my ears, the JCM 800 absolutely blew away the Silver Jubilee. Absolutely blew it away, clean and dirty. Just a way better sound than that. But yeah, check it out. Check out Phil McKnight's video. It's awesome.
Definitely. And I want to say hey to Zach Thong, Blackie DH, Marsman, all jumping in. True Shack, good to see you, buddy.
Hey, everybody.
Wow, True Shack, nice.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Somebody. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll talk about those in a second. Will. He's talking about the FU Tone guitars. I got a bunch of info on that. Believe me. Somebody was asking about the prices overall at NAMM. I thought prices were up across the board. I thought I saw a lot of overpriced stuff. Gibson, with the exception, because it seems like that was one thing they were conscious of. Like they may have went up by a few bucks, but they're adding a lot of value to that handful of dollars more. But yeah, the new FU Tone guitars. So there's 2 FU Tone guitars coming out. And I want to thank Adam Reaver at FU Tone for not only supplying me with my NAMM badge, but also coming on board as a channel supporter FU Tone, which is awesome. There's the new actual FU Tone guitar, which has FU Tone pickups, FU Tone locking trem system with the titanium saddles, noiseless springs, trem stop, the claw. It's got the kill switch.
The claw.
The pickups now coil tap. So basically $700 retail just in the hardware alone. And the guitar complete is going to come in at right around $1,000 US. And I heard rumor, I didn't hear it directly from him, I heard it secondhand, that they may be using parts out of the Japanese ESP factory, or they may even be built in the ESP Japan factory. Speaking of which, there's Eric from EVH Gear TV. He was getting, I think, the lowdown right next to me at the time. So yeah. And then there's also was it Michael Kelly, which is the Sam Ash house brand now? You know, the affordable line of guitars. They're doing an FU Tone as well, which is basically a Michael Kelly guitar with all the FU Tone hardware, and they're going to come in at like $600-700 US, which is awesome. Like, so, you know, if you're into a super strat, damn, you know, especially with all the FU Tone upgrades and stuff, it's going to be a tone monster. Big brass block, all that stuff.
That's interesting what you said about Michael Kelly actually being a house brand now for Sam Ash.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing known of that before, so it must be something recent.
Oh, I heard about that month or two ago, maybe? Not a long time ago.
Because everything that I knew about Michael Kelly was that it was independent.
Yeah. Basically, yeah, they got bought out in the last few months. Probably in lieu of, the 2019 thing. Nathan Madden, official page. Hello, welcome. Oh, we got 44 people watching. If you dig what we're talking about, or at least tolerate it, give us a thumbs up. Much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and ring the bell.
Just wanted to
keep jumping on board the last month. It's been awesome.
I just wanted to say thanks, Jamal. Yeah, it was a wise choice not to get it. He was just talking about the, like I was saying to you before the show about me trying out that Les Paul and walking away. So
yeah.
Well, I was just going to say,
it played just like your guitar, and then you realize, like, it's your guitar. Like, the only way, honestly, that exact guitar would make sense for you as a purchase is if you're going out on the road and you wanted the perfect backup, and that other one was going to be your primary, right? Because then you have two identical guitars, which is rare and awesome.
There it is, right there. It's
exactly.
It's
with the yucky yellowed greened fret markers.
Well, exactly. So I'm gonna buy a guitar to get rid of the yellow yucky, you know, and that's basically it. And get Zebra 61s. It just wasn't worth it.
Let's see. Will Varela says he's going to buy one of those FU Tone guitars. And excuse me, hello to Brad Miller and Dan in New Jersey. Everyone's jumping in for halftime. Jeff Harper, if I didn't say hey already. Yes, I think I'm going to get my hands on one of those FU Tone guitars as well.
I was just going to say, Guitar Hack could actually then back up Gibson's 2019 since he tried one, if it was good value or not.
You know, I said in the video, I said, if anyone is looking for a good Les Paul, like, I mean, I play two of them now, and they're incredible. They're great. You want a good guitar, anybody that's listening? Actually, Zach Thong just mentioned he's in Oshawa. Go to the Oshawa store, ask for Cheryl, and pick up that guitar because it's a fantastic Les Paul. It played amazing, sounded amazing. It was flawless finish. Perfect.
So let's see. Brack was asking, I picked up a couple of pedals in California. I picked up a phaser, a Maestro phaser, which is awesome. I think this thing's going to be going on my board.
That looks like it weighs a ton.
It does weigh a ton, actually.
It looks like it weighs like 10 pounds.
Yeah, and the switch is good.
Solid.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I picked up the Washburn Soloist Distortion, which is already on my board. It is a distortion, not an overdrive. Hack heard a bit of it. I'm going to do up a video likely tomorrow on it. So I'm not going to play him on here because the sound sounds like crap. But hey, Dale Palmer, good to see you. Yeah, I'll put up some videos in the next day or two on both pedals because they're both going on my board. And I got them very reasonably priced at the Vintage Guitar Show. A guy out of, I want to say Tulsa, Oklahoma, actually. He hooked me up. I played the poor Canadian card.
Yeah, Ed's asking if I've ever played a really bad Les Paul, and the answer would be yes, I have.
Oh, yeah.
They're out there, man.
Oh, yeah.
You just got to find the right one.
The poor Canadian card, is that like, hey, I've never been out here to California, and I never realized it was so expensive. Can you, like, cut me a little bit of a deal on your pedals, eh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Yep.
Can I bum
Pretty
a
much.
smoke? Can I bum a smoke?
Yeah.
Yeah, can I bum a smoke?
Geez, I almost had a bum of smoke while I was out there. We went to that Schecter party. We got out of the Uber, and I realized I left my vape in the Uber.
Oh.
I haven't ran that far that fast in years because the light hadn't changed yet, and I ran clear across like a mall-sized parking lot in like 30 seconds. And thank God I did quit smoking because I would have been dying otherwise.
Yeah. Oh, Eric saying he came back with money. He was surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Oh, cool. Will said he started getting the parts for his tele build. Send pics soon. Awesome.
Nice.
Very cool. Yeah.
Del Palmer, I can tolerate Maroon 5, but really don't care for the rap crap. That's about right.
Eric says he left his laptop at TSA and all of his footage on it. That's not good.
Oh, shiza. Wow, that's terrible, man.
Zip fix. I'd walk on water for my guitars. Sure. Man, I got, playing JJ's Les Paul hack.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like, the first thing was I just sat there and looked at it for about 5 minutes, just taking it all in, right? And, and he's just getting more of a smirk on his face minute to minute and then eventually, and I didn't even plug it in right away. And I was just the resonance of it.
Acoustically.
But my God, I don't think he's cleaned it since he owned it.
That's the mojo, man. That's the mojo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, JJ does not clean any of his guitars. Trust me.
Oh, man.
So, yeah. Yeah. If anyone complains about Johnny Beane's guitars, no.
Yeah. Yeah. You want that, at least the back of the neck, man. You want to be able to move your hand up and down. And down.
Yeah. But yeah, you'd be more than happy. Whatever was for gold on that thing, there's no gold left.
Good. Now it's a good guitar.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all worn away. Pickups are super microphonic. But
oh, wow.
I plugged it in and then I was playing it. He put up one little video of me playing it, and I didn't even know he was shooting that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was at the point where he owned 5 of the OCD pedals at that time, and he plugged them all in for me, one after the other, to hear the subtleties.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
He's OCD for OCD, man.
He is. And well, then we took them all apart, and they say they all sound the same, but we can see where components were changed version to version.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, obviously, they changed something.
Now, Fender Guru is saying hello. Hey, Fender Guru. How are you, man?
Hey, Fender Guru.
Hello, hello.
Okay, cool. You got it back, Eric.
Yeah, that's funny, Quinn. No, I don't have yellow lights under my fret markers. That's
it almost looks like it, though. It looks very yellow on screen.
So what happened was in the early 2000s, in 2000, I think, 2005, that's what that one is, and I think 2004, the classics came out, and if you remember, it actually said in gold embossed on the pickguard 1960. So they tried to make them look old. So part of their thinking was, hey, don't all old guitars have their fret markers go green? Sure. Yeah, that happens all the time.
Sure.
So they decided to do that, and it kind of, you know, I don't know. But anyways, but the thing plays great, you know, like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Yeah. Hey,
It
Fred.
just looks
Good
like
to see you.
nicotine stains now.
50 people watching. That's awesome. Not bad.
Yeah, who's winning the game, by the way?
Who was it? Dennis asked, so you saw awesome gear at NAMM. Who was a disappointment? Good question. Fender. Fender was a disappointment. They had some cool stuff. Most of it was roped off, so you couldn't touch it.
Yeah.
I watched that Henning video of Cheddar filming. Oh my god.
Poor Cheddar, dude. I ran into him, what was it, around 1:30 Friday afternoon. He was shooting for Henning at the Rev Amps booth, because I was actually meeting up at the Reverend Guitars booth, meeting up with Ike from Flipside at the same time. And he's like, I'm so tired. I've already done 8 videos with Henning. And he did like 11 before I showed up. And he looked completely wiped out on his feet.
Yeah.
Henning, I think, would tire anyone out after one video.
Well, Cheddar shot a really good video where he literally just walked the whole thing.
Yes.
That was great. I mean, you know, for somebody like myself who didn't go, and you kind of get the scope of the place, right? And, you know, and get a feel for where everything is and where it's placed. That was really, really cool. And he mentioned that exactly what you were saying, like the Fender area. Just like look, but don't touch. Everything roped off, and yeah.
Well, and you couldn't even get photos. Like a lot of them, they're in these glass cases with the lights and the mirrors.
Yeah.
So everything's it looks out of focus, and I'm like, those photos I posted, those were the 3rd and 4th photos. Like they were the best of the best I could get.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, I was just gonna say, I was thinking about that. And maybe it was to prevent competition from taking a photo of it and doing something similar.
Okay, so I have to comment. Soda Pop says Henning gave Ben a purple nurple twist. No, he didn't. He massaged it. And I went, well, that was odd. But
yeah.
It's Henning.
Yeah. No comment.
Yeah. That's our Henning.
Yeah.
He's German. It's self-explanatory.
Yeah.
And before I forget, because somebody had mentioned Lee Aaron, which I forgot to mention on Thursday, that I'm going to be emailing him tomorrow. I got a message. You guys may remember a couple of months ago, I had mentioned that Fritz from Helix had a tumble, bad head injury. They were doing a benefit show for him. Killer Dwarves were playing. Helix they were having a sub in so they could do some stuff. So they had the charity show a few weeks ago, and remembered it because Lee Aaron donated a whole bunch of merch and, you know, mementos and stuff because they did a silent auction. They raised a bunch of money, and I couldn't figure out what was going on because my phone was blowing up the first day of NAMM in the morning because, you know, being 3 hours behind you guys. Well, I was tagged in the post, and I got a message from Brian Vollmer, the singer of Helix, saying, yo, that was awesome. And long story short, we're going to be doing an interview together in the next little while. So look forward to that coming out.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. I was shocked. Like, JJ's like, who? I was like, Brian Vollmer of Helix. He's like, refresh my memory. I'm like, rock you, give me an R. He's like, okay. Yep, I know.
Oh, rock you like a hurricane.
Dennis, my best friend just bought a Rev Generator 120 head. Going to take 5 months to build. Does that sound right? It can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm talking with Rev guys. Hopefully, we're going to be doing some stuff together. Hey, Showman.
Yeah. I was just going to say, like, Rev in itself, Rev isn't really a plant. Like, say, like what PV might do for a lot of their stuff, how they've shipped it off to China and get China to workforce manufacture it and then have it shipped back and then they just send it out how that is. Like, as far as I know, like, I guess what you're kind of going to say was that, as far as I know, Rev hand builds everything that they sell.
Right. That's my understanding.
Well, not Rev amps, but Reverend Guitars.
Yes.
You say
Toledo, Ohio?
Because those things look damn good, those guitars, man.
I've got to play I picked up a couple there, but I've had a chance to play one or two previously.
Yeah.
Local guy owns a couple of them. And it was funny because I said to JJ, like, we got to meet Ike from Flipside. And he's like, where is he? I'm like, at Reverend. He's like, Rev or Reverend? And then I forgot, right? And I was like, I don't know. It could be Rev. It could be Reverend. And of course, the place is huge. But sure enough, the two booths are right across from each other.
Oh, there you go.
So we just stood in between. Yeah. But and then I was checking them out. Very cool stuff. And then a little later, I went outside for a vape, and there's Ken Haas, who runs Reverend. And he's like, hey, what are you doing tonight? Do you want to come out to Greg Cox playing at this club in Fullerton? I'm like, oh, far out. Sure. Sounds good. And I looked at JJ, and he's like, dude, that's like an hour and a half away. Like,
oh,
all right, we'll pass.
Yeah. Well, I've played a few of their guitars, and they're really, really good. And they're not stupid money either.
No. I'm wondering, they may do like some companies do, which is like they'll do the CNC work on the bodies overseas and then actually build the guitars in the US. Yeah.
Well, some of the new models are nice, man.
Yeah. And before I forget, Ed Dana said, I know Ben got pics from NAMM. Security breach. Dude, that video was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny, man. That was a good one.
Yeah, and he summed it up right as far as like trying to shoot video, especially by Saturday at NAMM. There was no point. Like if I was going to shoot video, I would have needed to do it on day one. Because day one was just all the vendors were there, a whole bunch of YouTubers, and a handful of stores and rock stars. Like, I don't know, like maybe 1/5 as many people on Thursday as there was by Saturday.
Yeah.
Yes, the Grizzlecaster. I can't wait to play. I didn't get a chance to play that, and that ticks me off.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like that thing that they're doing where they have the raised center down the bottom, or sorry, down the middle. That little adjustment.
Oh yeah, like the Firebird.
Yeah, that just looks so damn cool, man.
And it just, it takes it away from being a tele clone to just boom.
Exactly. Right? It's like now it becomes something. Yeah, it was really, really cool, man. I love
Eric. Eric's got to do some video editing. Interview with Gary Kramer. That'll be cool. Fender Guru says, Ben, did you see Chapman guitars? No, I did not, because they were not vending at NAMM this year. They had a hotel room that they were operating out of, doing sales meetings and such like that. Hey, ET5150, good to see you. Did NAMM allow backpacks? Yes, it did. They searched your backpack, but they were fully allowed. I just had a really small, like basically almost like a disposable backpack that I used because I had minimal stuff on me. But JJ had a full backpack. Although they did find our beer in the backpack on day one. Yeah, well, it really sucked because JJ said he brought a can of beer for me. So I'm like, oh, right on. He goes, okay, we got to chug them. It was like one of those 7-10 mil beers, like 3 beers in one. And I'm like, all right. And it's 9:30 in the morning, and I'm gulping down the beer.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't sober by the time we arrived anyway, so.
Yeah. Oh, God.
And I will say, if you're looking for cheap beer at NAMM, you either go to one of the hotels off-site, at least a block away, or go to the drum section. Everywhere was like $10, $12 beers, except in the drum area, there was a guy selling like $5 Bud Lights.
Yeah.
$5 glass. Old Milwaukee, $3.
Yeah. $5 water. I mean, Bud Light. Here you go.
Yeah. Or Corona for $6. So, your choice. Or you could be like Caleb and JJ, and they're drinking triple or quadruple Jack and Cokes.
Oh
my God.
Brown sodas. Yes, soda pop. Wobbly pops.
Yeah, Wobbly Pops. Oh, we got 51 people watching, man.
Yes, yes. The wallet chain, Dogpa. I regret, yes, my wallet chain is gone. I still haven't replaced it yet. The only thing that ticked me off about it was a gift from my bandmates at One Day to Live. That's the only thing that ticked me off about it.
Yeah.
Wrecked before Sunday. Man, I was wrecked before. I think when I was like 2 miles away from the airport when I landed.
That must have been crazy culture shock to leave that and come here with, what, 2.5, 3 feet of snow and temperatures like -17.
Yeah.
Well, I thought when I got off the plane in Ontario, California, I didn't put my coat on or anything because I was just like, oh man, Southern California, I walk outside, it's 8 degrees Celsius. I look on my phone, it's 4 degrees here because the deep freeze hadn't hit yet. So I'm like, all right, I'm freezing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was beautiful during the day, but at night it got very cold.
Yeah, yeah.
Apparently Quentin James wants to jump in. Should we allow Quentin James in on this?
Only if he brings his bird.
All right.
Sylvester. Casey.
I'll send Sylvester the link.
Yeah. Sylvester does all his shopping online too.
Of course.
Sylvester, I didn't need these girls' panties.
Yeah.
All right. How do I get out of this?
Yeah, that kid is trouble. Yeah. Have you got his email, Ben?
I'm just going to send it through Facebook Messenger.
All right. I got his email if you need it. Johnny
If
Beane. How are
If
you,
and
bud?
when Messenger loads.
So that reminds me, if anyone is a fan
honey.
of the Muppets, that the Happy Time Murders movie with Melissa McCarthy in it. Oh my god, that was hilarious.
All right.
Only winter, if it's not raining, it can be 80 in the day and 45 at night. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I only packed like 3 t-shirts and a spare pair of jeans and then the usual underbritches and such, but because I was going to buy some t-shirts and I thought it's Southern California, I don't need a long sleeve shirt. And I'm like, so JJ, can I borrow a hoodie? JJ, can I borrow a long sleeve tee?
Well, the same thing happened to me. I was in California in January. I had the fortune one year doing a New Year's Eve gig down there, and so we spent the first week of January down there. And in this daytime, yeah, I'm outside with shorts, or not short pants, but a t-shirt.
Oh, perfect.
There he is.
So we spent the first week of January down there.
Hey, I do myself.
Inside with shorts.
Get your finger out of your goddamn.
Oh, there it is.
Pick a green one.
There's nothing right there you can't handle.
Here.
Oh, bro.
There,
Okay.
there, yeah, right there.
Sylvester.
That's
Pretty bird.
see.
Oh, here you go, Hack. There you go. Do you see that one?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
That's the
Hey, Han.
Yeah, I didn't you show me that already? I thought you showed me that already.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you showed me that. You're complaining about it too.
Yeah, the neck, man, is really it's a bit tall this way. It's got a weird profile in the back. It's like it's curved right here, and then it goes really flat.
It's asymmetrical. You don't like that, eh?
I don't know. I can't. It's not as bad as that Epiphone Explorer. That thing's huge.
Yeah, that's an asymmetrical neck, man. I don't know. It's supposed to be a little more ergonomic and actually make it easier for you to play. But if you're not used to it, you know.
Yeah. I'm used to that. Just good old Strat neck, you know.
Yeah. Same all the way. Yeah. So
Dennis Munoz says to Quentin to turn the light on.
Yeah, Quint.
But then we'd see him.
There is a little
Money mode. Money mode.
bit. No, my brother called me. He said he's watching the game and he's had, you know, several. And he said, "Hey man, you got a coupon for White Castle? You go up to White Castle for me?" Yeah. All right, I'm the good brother.
It's sort of like Uber Eats.
Yeah. I'll send Sylvester to get some White Castle.
Yeah.
Well, I do have to say one of the highlights of going live during NAMM was when we're in the In-N-Out Burger drive-thru, and JJ says, "And Quentin James wants extra ketchup."
People give me grief because I like ketchup on my ribeye, on my well-done ribeye. So,
Oh man.
they're like, "Man, what are you, 6 years old?"
Yeah. Yeah.
I have no idea, Will. Did the Muppets open for Kiss yesterday?
Oh, don't get me started on the opening. I wouldn't even call it an act. It's just disgusting.
Yes, I gotta check out that video. I forget what I was doing when I was messaging with you earlier, Hack. I think I was in here setting up and stuff, and I'm still adjusting necks after the burst pipe in here on Friday.
Oh. That's why I was late. I actually had to shovel off the back deck because it was leaking down into my bathroom.
Well, there's an exterior door that faces west right off this room. The door blew open, and because it was so cold, flash frozen here to the point where the pipes under the floor, just off camera, one of them burst.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, I don't think it got, like, I got that, got the door secured, got the water shut off, and all that fun stuff. And then I was like, oh, man, I got to restring a guitar for tomorrow. And I'm back here. I'm like, man, it is pretty chilly, but you're so used to the cold, right? I looked down, and one of the water bottles sitting on the shelf here was frozen solid.
Oh.
Man.
So I slowly brought the temperature back up in here over after about 6 or 7 hours. And then I left while Johnny was live. And I came in here, and to get a guitar playable for yesterday, I put almost a full turn into the truss rod to bring the action back down.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
It was probably, 2 or 3 days ago, it was probably like 1 degree. You Canadian guys, that's like 400 degrees Celsius, whatever you do. But, man, it's probably 55 degrees out right now. Crazy.
Yeah. It's warmer here too. Got warmer here too.
So we're gonna have some smoking with Hack pretty soon.
3 degrees centigrade, so it's 37 here, Quentin.
Ah,
there you go.
Hell
Yeah, it was so cold, Quentin. I didn't smoke 2 days. I didn't smoke, man. That's how cold it was.
That's terrible.
I know, it's horrible, man.
Dude, just keep your car in the garage. Turn your car on. Turn the heater on. You can smoke in there.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea. I'll take my time too.
No, you can do it once, anyways.
Yeah, keep the door shut so you keep all that warm air in there.
Oh yeah, you don't want that to escape.
Yes, Showman, we have a oil furnace for most of the house, but this part of the house, I just have this space heater right here. And that does the 2 rooms. So I don't keep it warm in here most of the time. It's only warm in here when I'm in here. The rest of the time, I just keep it cool. So not so cold it affects the gear, but just warm enough to keep the gear happy.
Yeah, Will Varela, 2 days I didn't smoke. I think one day was like minus 18, and with a wind chill, it was like minus 30 Celsius, which, geez, on Fahrenheit, that'd be below 0 for sure. 2 days it was like that. It's just, there's no way. Yeah.
He buzzes me, man. He's like, meow.
55 degrees with light rain in Los Angeles right now. Yeah, apparently I got lucky with the weather because the rain was coming a couple days after I left.
So Ben, have you got a new chain for your wallet yet, there, buddy?
Not yet.
And I saw a couple of videos of guys with chains.
Yeah, they profiled me. I tell you, they profiled me.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that violent Canadian look about you.
Well, see, and that's the difference between, as I would say, a rent-a-cop and then somebody actually does it for a living. Because when I thought for sure I was going to get stopped at customs in Toronto, because when you have 3 sets of P90s in your carry-on, do you know what 3 sets of P90s looks like in an X-ray machine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magazines or something? Oh, built little blocks of hash or something?
Well, you know, something with wire, leads coming off of it. Yeah.
It's like a bomb.
Like I would know what little blocks of hash look like. I don't know why I said that.
Rock and roll. Yeah, they had no problem with the pickup. I pulled out one of my vapes. And they were like, all right, what's this? I'm like, a vaporizer? I'm like, you have no problem with these? And then they're, yeah, where are you going? You know, and that's the other thing, right? You know, you got to be so exact of where you're going, how long, where you're going. I'm like, Orange County, California. Oh, yeah. How long? 5 days or so. Well, whereabouts in Orange County? I don't know. I'm going to NAMM. Okay, carry on. As soon as I said NAMM, they're like, yep, go.
I say knew what NAMM was, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it was just constantly all day Wednesday of people going through Pearson for NAMM stuff.
So was this anybody's first trip to a winter NAMM?
Well, it was definitely for me.
It's just, I've been to 2 winter NAMMs and probably 8 summer NAMMs. But the first winter NAMM, dude, it's just, I mean, you have to go at least once, but it's so overwhelmingly gigantic.
Yeah. That it is. So, yeah, I didn't see everything, and I didn't try to see everything. You know, I just realized, I'm like, what I don't see this year, I'll see next year.
People don't realize, you know, the guitar is such a small part of NAMM.
Yeah.
It really is. But I like going downstairs and seeing all the freaky stuff down there.
That basement's a world unto its own.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I said, I cracked up Richie Hack. You would understand this joke because I said, yeah, it's crazy. You're at NAMM, you go down a set of escalators, you're in the Pickering flea market. Because it's just like people yelling and stuff like, as seen on TV, and all this gimmicky stuff. And I was just like, I don't know what's going on down here.
Were they selling burned DVDs too?
What was it? Rich said, you have 2 copies of Rod. You're a distributor.
Yeah, exactly. That's funny.
Yeah, it was nuts, to say the least. You know, and thank God there was still decent reception for sending texts. You couldn't, even on cell phone, there's so many people using their phones, you couldn't even like load Facebook or anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
But you could at least text each other. So I'm like, JJ, what booth are you at? And he's like, I'm at 4462. Okay, be there in 5, you know.
So Morris code, Terry?
Yeah, something. Terry, you were going.
Showman says, I don't have any desire to go to Winter NAMM, but I do want to go to Summer NAMM and also Sweetwater. Figure I have a better chance of seeing fellow YouTubers at Sweetwater, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, because it seemed like everybody was at NAMM, and I know there was a lot of people there I didn't see that I was aware of that I meant to touch base with and didn't. But yeah, I guess Sweetwater I ran into 3 or 4 YouTubers as opposed to, geez, NAMM, I don't know, 20, 30, 40, you know, like, I lost track.
Yeah. I'm trying
and what made me drool the most at the vintage guitar show? The 2 1954 Les Pauls.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was insane. You know, you just don't see that stuff, right? Anywhere, really.
Yeah.
Yes, you would have to fly, Showman, definitely. Yeah, even Nashville, you'd probably want to fly.
Yeah, I'm trying to get down to Summer NAMM too this year.
Yeah,
So,
I hope you do, man.
yeah, I'm
I hope
working
you
on
do.
it.
Like, I was debating it, but I think honestly, I'm already saving for next winter. You know.
Mm. Yeah. Well, I can do Summer NAMM because of my job, but I can't do Winter NAMM.
Right.
So Summer NAMM
Yep.
works for me.
Yeah, yeah. If Winter NAMM was a month earlier, you'd be gold, right?
Ah, yeah. If it was in December, I'd have no problem.
Yeah.
Ben
Yeah.
squirreling away his funds.
Yeah.
Hey, RJ. Says he was Sorry, I was editing 2 videos. Hey, what's wrong with that?
Got some content coming
Nice.
from RJ. Cool.
Which, did RJ hit 200 subs yet? I've been calling him out for weeks. I saw TK was calling him out, trying to get him to 200 subs. So if you're not subbed to RJ, please give the brother a sub.
Ben,
He's a
I
good
think I'm up to about 264 now.
He's
All
at
right.
195.
It seems to be that 200 seems to I know it was hard for me to get to 200. I don't know about you, Hack, but once you hit 200, it seems to be smooth sailing to 300 type thing. And yeah, I remember you saying that, Quentin. You're like, for God's sakes, I'm like 4 away. Can you give me a shout out? I'm like, done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got me to 200.
Yeah. Well, hell, you've been around basically since day 1 of this channel. So I was like, it's the least I could do, bud. All right, 196 as of today. Thank you, Terry.
No
hey,
problem.
Jamaica girl. Hey, I just want to say a big hello. Have a great night. Yes, I jumped in on your live stream earlier and said hi. I don't know if you saw it or not. I was just about to have dinner. So thank you for jumping in and showing some support. Janice is hovering at 300. Maybe we can get Janice to 300 too. Who knows?
Yeah.
A growing community.
Well, that's it. We should all be subbing each other and, you know, growing it. Exactly.
Well, I remember it was funny because I went live from the Toronto airport during my travel day out to California. And every time I go live, I drop a subscriber. It's like without fail. And I drop like 3 or 4. And then day 1 of NAMM happens. And I wake up the Friday of day 2 and I'm up 10 subscribers and couldn't figure out why. And my phone's blowing up by the minute because Pete Thorne went and took that photo of me and shared it.
Wow.
And I guess people were checking out the channel from there on out.
Yeah.
And look forward to Pete Thorne whenever he answers his email. Pete Thorne will be coming on if and when he ever answers the damn email so I can set it up.
He does a live show every Sunday for, a couple of hours. And
yeah, he did one today. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed it today.
Guys like him and, Dave Friedman on Tone Talk, man, I just don't think they understand how, at least old guys like us, it's just the coolest thing since sliced bread, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was the thing. I met Pete Thorne. Well, I wouldn't even say I really met him the first time because he was coming down the escalator and I was going up. I went, hey, fellow Canuck, and high-fived him as we passed each other. And then I ran into him at the end of day 1, and that's when he took the photo, and I talked to him for a couple of minutes, and that was really cool. And then I ran into him the Friday morning, and of course, being the next day, it's, hey, Pete, how you doing? Just for 20 seconds, shoot the breeze. I thanked him for doing the photo and stuff. And then the next day, Saturday morning, I ran into him again about an hour into being there. I was like, well, obviously it's not a day at NAMM without running into Pete Thorne. How you doing today, buddy? Shook his hand and then gone again. And he was just cracked up over that.
Yeah, it's no big deal to, be on the escalator and go, oh my God, that's George Lynch.
Yeah.
Or IHOP.
Or IHOP, yeah. Yeah. And let alone sit around and talk to the guy for half an hour. You think he'd go, yeah, I'll sign something, now get away from me. But no, I mean, that's most of the guys are really pretty cool.
Yeah.
Whoever knew that George Lynch liked chocolate chip pancakes?
Well, I get a kick out of it too, because it's like any of us, if we became a famous rock star, we're still gear nerds. You know,
Right.
we're still going to like what we like. And that's the funny thing about it is, you know, all these guys that are gear nerds are there, and, you know, and you just run into them in the weirdest places, you know, like coming out of a hotel, or like I was ticked because I missed the autograph session for Glenn Hughes, because he's one of my true heroes in music. He's so inspirational. And he was one of the few guys I would have stood in line for. Totally missed that because we're running late on Saturday. And yet, a couple hours later, we were going for beers, and there he is sitting on a park bench.
Yeah.
And I just walked up, said hi, you know, and what a trip.
Yeah, those NAMM show meet and greets, they kind of suck, man, because you'll be in line for a good 2 hours.
Yeah.
But this is one line I'll never forget. My PV rep coming up to me and saying, "Hey man, you want to meet Eddie Van Halen?" Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Brett McCord. Showman says he'd be more interested in seeing all the YouTubers rather than the headliners. Yeah. And that was cool too, because Thursday morning I saw Mike Bradley and Steve from Boston. And Mike's face just lit up when he saw me, and same deal. When we go running up, and I got a big bear hug from both of them. And I was just like, this is awesome. And then Steve's like, all right, it's official, bro. You're one of us now because you're at an event with all of us. And I was just like, thank you, you know.
Poor Steve, man. He just, oh man, he had it bad that night.
Yeah.
I did tell him that, well, I commented that, you know, I don't want to be, you know, that guy, but you know, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for you to go get some blood draw and check your cardiac enzymes, because that's good. That's a sign of a heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to be that paranoid guy, but it, you know, it wouldn't hurt.
Right. Well,
actually, that was my first heart attack.
I ran into him at the Gibson booth on Saturday, and you know, like, Steve is a very animated guy. You know, anyone that's watched the live stream of him. And here we are in the crowded Gibson room on the Saturday at NAMM, and I got the 5-minute story that he's told last night about being sick.
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to laugh, but he's just so entertaining. I'm like, dude, you know, because I saw him filming, and I just put my arm around him. I was like, good to see you back, buddy. And he's like, oh, bro. And then it was on for 5 minutes of Steve talking about how sick he was.
Yeah, no. You rock.
That's right.
If nobody else got that, that's Steve's tagline. Either that or why I ought to.
Yeah. Hey, Vincent Wiener's in the house. Hey, gang. How's everyone doing? Sorry I'm late. Well, glad you made it.
Hey, if anybody's saying anything stupid about me, I can't see the chat. So
no worries. Nothing out of the norm.
I'm sure they'll let me know. Damn, that Quentin guy's ugly, man. No wonder.
Marsman says that's awesome. Mike Bradley seems really down to earth, and Steve is hilarious. Yeah, both those guys, like, you know, what you see in their videos, that's them. You know, and I can say that about pretty much every YouTuber I met there. There is no fake egos on their live streams or in their videos. You know, which I thought was pretty damn cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the fact that these guys, you know, are willing to come on, like, I mean, on my channel and yours, you know, back before when we were, well, you're bigger now, but when you were still a little guy like me.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, what is insane, right? Like, I've had Shane on like twice now.
Yep.
You're getting around.
I'm looking back on my videos. Shane came on my channel the first time in April, and I only launched the channel in January.
Exactly.
You know, I might have had 150 subscribers.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I was around that when he came on, and not only will he come on, but he'll promote it on his channel. And he basically said to me, he'll come on anytime I want. Like, he'll just, if you ever need anybody, like, and the guy's got over 100,000, you know, him. Yeah. I mean, who else comes on? I've had Tone King on, like, he'll come on, you know, all these big, I got Mike Bradley actually coming on in a few weeks.
Oh, cool.
And it's just, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm, like, these guys are just, they're down to earth guys. Like, they're, you know, it hasn't
that's the impression I got too. Like, I think it was Steve said it was my coming out party because, like, you know, like Henning being all business there was no hello or anything. Not that kind. Terry, get your mind out of the gutter. But Henning doesn't even do a hello. He just points at me and goes, "We have to do a hangout soon." Okay. You know.
Yeah. Is
Bill
Mike
McKnight,
Bradley,
same deal.
is Mike Bradley that real pretty kid? Talks about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he is a good-looking man.
He's a great guitar player is what he is.
Oh yeah.
That too.
He's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually he was at the Beat Buddy booth doing a demo. Just him with an acoustic. I took a photo of it, and just to stand there listening to him play. And then he stops playing to shake my hand during a demo, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Like, come on. Yo, you do your thing. I'm just going to fanboy here for a minute and just listen."
Yeah, like that thing they had, KidCon,
Yeah.
Germany. Well, that was a few months ago now. No, yeah, last year.
Yeah. I think it was October.
Yeah, you hear all these guys playing, and I don't know. I think Mike Bradley smoked pretty much everybody there.
Yeah, he's got a great feel.
Like, he was incredible, man. You know, like Dr. Rick, another phenomenal player. You know, Shane is great. Like, but oh man, when they did that jam thing and Bradley was on stage, oh my god, great player.
I agree. My sister says if I go, I'm gonna run around and sneak up on people. Well, thanks for popping in, old man Dan. This is can't stay, but wanted to pop in, say hello. Well, it's awesome that you did.
Yeah, Ben, I think I made a mistake by sending your sister a friend request because she accepted it, and she's crazy, man. The man down.
Hey, Vincent Wiener, hello. Vincent Wiener saying hello, everybody.
Oh, by the way, it's still 3-0 New England if you're
okay.
not watching.
Is it possible, Quentin, you watch football, right? Is it possible for both teams to lose? Because for me, that would be the perfect Super Bowl.
I don't think they, I don't think they can end it with a tie, can they?
No.
I was gonna say, if I remember Super Bowl history, anything, I don't think there ever has been a tie final.
No.
I'm just hoping to see some cheerleaders.
They don't do that anymore, Quentin.
No nipple slips or anything else like that.
Oh, the halftime show. I'm like, I have no idea who any of these kids are. It's just, I don't even know.
Yeah. I mean, you went from having Prince do it years back and like these really great, you had Prince do, you had Aerosmith one year, you had, who else you had? You had Bruce Springsteen, I believe it did one time.
Yeah, well, it used to be your A-listers, your U2, Madonna, like your real A-list.
And now you got Maroon 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, what have they done in the last 20 years?
Marooner.
It's because the singer was Adam something.
Yeah.
That's because he's on that show, The Voice, right? So that show's big, so everybody knows who he is. So, but that's just how watered down music has become, man. You can't get anybody better than that. Like, come on. Anyway.
Oh, dude. I'm
just
sorry.
I think you're right on that, Showman. You're saying the first GitCon that Henning was involved in seemed to be the best for him. Yeah, and then it kind of split like anything else. So you get some people at one, some went to both, some went to just one or the other, and hard to say.
Yeah.
Well, the GitCon thing can't be really said much because of the fact that, it basically was, as Henning and whoever else has said, that Henning met with Framus, and Framus basically said, like, yeah, we're going to do it ourselves now, but thank you very much for, helping us establish it kind of thing.
Well, there's a little more to that, but not something I'm willing to comment on air.
Yeah.
So I'm not into dirty laundry, so.
Yeah.
Well, if you start getting business involved into it, things start to change. So I don't know. Thank you for the first one that he did, and just keep doing what Henny, just keep doing what you do. I mean, I've always got so much invested in, God, it's camera and video gear, and geez.
Yeah.
Guys like him, Eric from EVH and Gear TV,
Yeah.
He had a lot of gear.
Oh my God, dude, your production's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're walking around with a camera on a tripod all day. Like, forget it.
Then you got Quentin James with a laptop with no lights on and a bird on his shoulder. That's the most exciting thing I got happening.
Dirty bird.
Yeah,
Dirty
like, I
bird.
was just doing everything with my phone and then just upload every night.
Yeah, like when Eric was interviewing guys and he had his shirt, the EVH shirt on, and he had the mic with his logo on it. I'm like, he was like so professional. I'm like, wow.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's like beautiful, man.
I want to say hey to Jamie B. Looks like another Aussie. He says a lot of Aussies are watching the game down here, waiting for footy season to start. Cricket just doesn't cut it. Well, there we are. Well, welcome.
Unless you like swinging a cricket bat.
Oh, wait. Ooh, tie game, 3-3. Woo!
3-3?
Yep.
You could almost say, I went to the Super Bowl and a hockey game broke out. 3-3.
I'm getting updates from Ben Mozzie. Thanks, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks.
X is mentioning it as well.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm just, I am actually a big NFL fan, but I got such a bad taste in my mouth with this particular Super Bowl because of what happened to the Saints 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That for me kind of just, for me the Super Bowl means nothing just because the wrong teams are in the Super Bowl. In my opinion, well, the wrong team is in the Super Bowl. Not talking about the Patriots, but so that kind of ruined it for me.
RJ says, so as far as NAMM videos this year, I just wasn't into it this year as TK wasn't on site for his take on the new gear. Just wasn't the same without him. I agree. Although I will say there was a Canadian and a Brit that make a cameo, I believe, in the Jackson Charvel video in the last 30 seconds or so. I was like, that sounds like me. And then you can hear JJ answering me. I'm like, yep, that's us. But in the EVH video, you can hear Johnny Beane about halfway through.
Who did the video of the two Dean girls walking and Eric?
That was JJ.
Those two about walking into a wall.
Well, and the funny part is that wasn't set up because I was right next to JJ. So he shot the video and then he's looking at it a couple minutes later and he's like, hey, he goes, look, it's Eric. I'm like, yep.
Yeah, I didn't notice him the first time either. I was looking at something else.
Yeah.
Hey, I can do a picture of that SG that I had back in the day. The white one.
Right.
The white SG?
Yeah.
What are you asking me if I've seen it? Or no, you sent me a picture. Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. Yeah, that was my first guitar was a Music Master, and my second guitar won an SG because of Angus.
Right.
And I had no idea what a Bigsby was or how much of a nightmare it would be.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my first good guitar. Then I got I think I got the Explorer. No, I got my Les Paul next, the custom. And then I got my white Explorer. But I killed it, man. I had them put a Kaler on it.
Ooh.
I know, man. I know. What did I know?
Yeah. There was a time and a place, Quentin. There was a time and a place.
Yeah, I know.
You weren't the only one.
Dude, I bought that.
She said.
It was an 81 Les Paul. I bought it my senior year of high school. And this was when I could walk into the store, that's where I wound up working, managing later, and just give them like $50 and make payments on it. Okay. Yep. So what? A Les Paul custom. Guess how much I paid for it?
What year was this?
81. It's gonna hurt, man. It's gonna hurt bad.
780.
You're $100 off. 850.
Wow.
850. Yeah.
I was gonna say grand.
I don't think 850 buys you a studio nowadays.
Nope.
No.
Unless it's used.
Yeah, not a new one. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. I remember when I first started playing, there was a handful of used Les Pauls in the area. They're all mid-70s vintage, a ton of buckle rash on the back, and they're all $500.
Wow.
You know, 500 was a used Les Paul when I first started playing. because nobody wanted them, right? Everybody wanted the Kramers and the Ibanez and the Charvels.
Well, I really am hopeful for Gibson. I really hope they do well with, the new.
I honestly, from what I saw, I think they're definitely on the right track. They did NAMM right. Everything, the guitars play nice. They look great. They don't have any gizmos on them.
Yeah.
They brought Kramer back. Kramers are way overpriced, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's an import.
Like a Chinese-built Night Swan is $1,300 US. That's like $2,000 here for a Chinese-built guitar that they won't tell you where it's built, but the unconfirmed rumors is they're built in the same plant as the Epiphones.
I did like the Night Swan, but I didn't like the polka dot.
Yeah, the Night Swan was the only one I found that had a thin neck like my Kramer. All the other ones have a big modern C fat neck, and I was just like, ugh. Yeah, because JJ kept asking me, he goes, so what does your Kramer feel like? I'm like, well, when I find a neck, I'll tell you. And I felt all the Kramers except for the Night Swan. I went, nope. And then I felt the Night Swan. I'm like, yep, here you go, dude.
That's why guitars like Kiesel, man. I can't even think about getting one. I have to put my hands on it, man. Come on.
Yeah. I'm with you, Quentin. I mean, I don't know what it is. Like, all the necks, all the same spec, all built in the same model year and all that, but there's always a little difference you can tell from neck to neck. I can feel it, man. I can feel it.
Yeah.
My sister says she's yelling at the TV like our grandfather used to. That's funny, just for me. Because he used to really yell at the TV back in the day. And Todd Flower says last year you could get a tribute for $7.99. This year they're $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah, but still, you're getting a lot of guitar for $1,000. It is a U.S. built guitar, right? And
no, I am really. I mean, since I put that 2019 Classic behind me, I am looking forward to the new standard. For me, it'll be a new standard, and it'll be the 60s version with, because I like that neck profile.
Yeah.
And I want to try one and see what happens. And this may go yet. I don't know. But that one's got to absolutely blow this one away. So that's the thing, right?
I was a little disappointed at your new Les Paul video. I was like, oh, man.
What, that I didn't buy it?
Yeah. I was like, I'm getting a new guitar. Oh.
Hey, man, I had a deposit down the whole 9 yards, man. I was ready to go, brother. I was ready to go. But couldn't justify it.
Will says he was disappointed with the Kramers, so that's why he's looking at the FU tone. Yeah.
Mm.
I get that. And I keep forgetting the name of the company. They were in the same booth as FU Tone. They do a conversion kit so you can put a Bigsby onto a Les Paul or a Tele without any drilling. Use all existing holes. I can't remember the name of the company. Really cool stuff. I'm going to be doing some stuff with them as well, including Quentin. You'll love this. The worst part of a Bigsby is those damn 6 pins to put the string ball ends on.
Right.
They got this thing. It almost looks like a trim claw that mounts onto those 6 pins, so then you can just run your strings through slots up and over.
Cool.
Yeah, or you just got to learn how to take a pliers and kind of bend the end. But yeah, they're a hassle.
Yeah.
Hey, Rick,
in the house.
Hey, Rick.
Don't bite my ear, you little freaking chicken wing.
Yeah, Rick put up a video today. He did that challenge, the play that guitar, Judd Lofthouse, Jason Waite. It's got like a very long title, anyways. And
Vibrate. Yes, that's it. Todd, I knew Todd Flowers would know because he's into Bigsby's and stuff too, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That I thought it was Vibramate.
Yeah. Why I can never remember that bloody name, and I talked to the guy for 20 minutes. We won't tell how you cheated, Rick.
No, it was great.
Rick did not cheat, folks. Rick did not cheat.
It was great the way he did it, man. That was a great video, buddy. I won't tell. Yeah,
Get your shirt. I'll do an unboxing for you.
Hey, Sean Zimmerman's here. He says, I'd like to see some U.S. built Kramers. You know, I'm wondering, those guys that worked at the Gibson factory, would they even know how to build a Kramer? What is these bolts for a neck? Come on. Like, I'm sure there's guys there that could build anything under the sun, but it would...
We're building a guitar or a hockey stick. That's probably what they'd be saying. Are we building a guitar or a hockey stick?
Yeah, exactly. Rick says he'll be releasing the missing piece. Okay.
Yeah, that was funny.
Very cool. Very cool. So yeah, if you guys in the chat have any other questions or anything, definitely ask away. I'm still out of it from the trip. So thankfully we were doing a roundtable. I'm like, yes, I'm not solo on Sunday night. Ben, was Kramer ever a part of Jackson Guitars? No. When Kramer was doing their original heyday, they were using ESP stuff, and Grover Jackson was building the guitars for Jackson and subordinates of Grover. Now, he's a cool guy. I will say Grover Jackson is a very cool guy. No ego. Jet lag? No, 5 days of partying. You're at NAMM all day, and then it's like, hey, it's party time at 6 o'clock, and you're up till 2 or 3 in the morning most nights on the West Coast. So really, I'm up till 5 or 6 in the morning, and yeah, it's just crazy. And then it's just talk of nothing but rock and roll and playing music and going to parties, and yeah, some long days and a lot of lack of sleep. Yeah.
My first Anaheim show, it's like nobody in the booth would talk to me because my badge said music store employee. And like the next year I went, and my badge said purchaser.
Right.
Wouldn't leave me alone.
Now talk to you.
It scanned my badge over and over. Wouldn't leave me alone.
So Todd has asked a couple of times. He says, "Didn't you show a different phaser at the motel the one night?" No, this was the phaser I had shown. Oh, jeez, there we go. The Maestro. You may have been thinking of the Washburn Soloist Distortion I had shown as well. And this thing is really cool. This is definitely going on my board for my higher gain sound.
Ooh, Washburn came out with a pretty cool looking Explorer / Firebird looking guitar.
Yeah.
Reverse headstock.
I saw photos. I don't think I saw the Washburn booth. All right. Let's see. Somebody asked here. Who was the most awesomest celebrity you met, Ben? At NAMM. Okay. And I can't say Caleb or Johnny. All right. You know what? I'm going to say Phil McKnight. And the reason being is I noticed during his live stream yesterday, the guy's pushing 200,000 subs. He stood there, he and Lawrence talked to JJ and me for about anywhere from half hour to 45 minutes. And he didn't have to do that, that's for sure. As far as musical celebrities, Andy Timmons was really cool, I would say. And as far as a manufacturer goes, let's go with Josh Scott of JHS Pedals. And not because I stole a fry off his plate at lunch.
Andy Timmons, I don't know, how would you say this? Andy Timmonson's brother, is that right?
Timmonson's
brother. Timmonson's. His brother used to own a super hip, super popular, I guess you call it a record store here in Louisville back in the day. Just,
Cool.
For shits and giggles, there you go.
All right. Apparently, somebody, Todd wanted to see the phaser again. All right. It is a Maestro PH70. with a rate, a depth, and a resonance option. So there you
Looked
go.
like it was made from the 70s.
Yeah. And it weighs 15 pounds.
Yeah.
It's not that old because it's
And
made
it sharpens your pencils.
but it's a 300 milliamp draw. It's a huge draw for a phaser.
Wow. That is, yeah.
Would a neck through Telly or Strat mahogany sound as deep as a good Les Paul? Do the bolts change that much? Curious. Some people say it does. Some people say it doesn't. My signature guitar is Telly shaped, but it's made out of mahogany. But it does have a bolt-on neck.
I think bolt-on gives you a bit. It gives you more kind of snap and bite. You know, it's just different than a set neck or a neck through. It's just different.
Yeah.
Not better or worse. I mean, you want that classic Stevie Ray, Eric Clapton is Strat tone. You gotta buy a Strat, man. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Yeah.
But your Super Strat is never going to sound like a Les Paul. It's not gonna
Now I understand why Todd wanted to see it. He owns the same phaser.
Oh, there you go.
Cool.
And Will says, "Be careful where you point that phaser; it might go off."
Uh,
I don't know. A lot of the
stun.
picks I got, guys, are just either a tortoiseshell medium, like because somebody was asking, like Mackmel picks, just a medium, you know, tortoiseshell.
I need to send JJ his care package. I had some Daba picks and stuff I was going to send to him.
And a lot of medium Tortex, the white Tortexes. So these are the premier guitars. It was funny because, you know, being polite, day one, I'd take one pick for myself, maybe one for Richie, maybe three. So one for me, one for Richie, one for Amanda. By the third day, I was like, oh, a pile of 10? Scoop. Or the premier guitar ones were in a fishbowl, and I think I grabbed 20, 30 in a handful.
Hey, Hockey, you like Daba picks?
That's all I use.
Really?
Yeah. That's all I use.
I'll send you some pictures of what I got. Let me know. Give me your address. I'll ship you a couple.
Come on, man. Use them. I'd rather hear you play with them.
No, I use these little.
With the JD3s? I went from JD3 to Daba. Here, I'll grab.
Oh, you mean these
You're
picks?
doing that.
No, not those. Hang on.
There you go.
Andrew asked, or Fender Guru asked, best burger. Yeah, that In-N-Out burger was pretty damn good.
There you go. You see that right there? That's a little Dunlop H3.
Oh, yeah.
That's all. I can't use like a 351 size. It's too huge. Weird.
That's the stuff I've got.
Okay.
Yeah, Richie likes the Dava picks.
Yeah, these are, I don't know. I love them, man.
Different colors or different gauges? Is that what that is?
I believe so, yeah.
Got some, I don't know, Eric from EVH and Gear TV sent me some, and a couple of different types of Daba picks.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's others that'll have like different flex to them.
Yeah, right.
Right? The way the joint is, and this one is just perfect. The red ones, that's kind of what I go with. These are, you know, I think, how much are these? These are like $1.50 each, something like that.
Yeah.
They're really expensive.
Thanks, Fender Guru. He says, awesome show. Well, we try. Yeah, so most of the picks are just like white Tortex, and some of them have silk screen over the whole thing. I was looking for chicken picks, but they weren't there this year because I wanted to load up on some chicken picks.
Well, chicken
yeah, that's actually surprising that they weren't there.
I loaded up on, I think I got half a dozen Gravity picks.
That's the company I was going to ask you about. Yeah, Gravity.
I got into them last year because the distributor for Gravity, or at least at the Sweetwater event, was also doing Levy straps and Gator cases. And they had some picks out, and it said picks were like $1 a piece or something like that. And so I grabbed a few picks, and then I guess because I had previously played the poor Canadian card, she gave me the picks for free.
Big stubby.
Oh, I used to use those.
Makes me think of a purple candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but then we have my glam rock picks I used to use with One Day to Live.
Hey, I'll be back, guys.
Yep.
These things would last half an hour tops.
Really?
Oh yeah, they just shred and couple pick slides, and you're running grooves into the sides of them.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that's the one bad thing about the Dava is you can't really do a pick slide with them because of the rubber. Yeah.
Brad Miller asked, "Did you get a pick from Robert Baker?" No. I had a nice chat with Robert though, and actually they gave me his lunch by mistake, but I was nice enough to give him his lunch back. So
That's funny.
yeah, well, it was funny, yeah, because he's standing in line for some pizza at the Vola booth, and the Vola dude hands me pizza. I'm like, well, I would have ate it, but I wasn't hungry. We had breakfast like an hour earlier, so I was like, oh, I'm good. Here, Robert. And it was funny because I walked up to him. I was like, hey, Robert, great to meet you again. I'm Ben. We met last year at GearFest. He goes, yeah, I know, dude. We're doing a hangout together soon. You got to contact me about that. I was like, oh, okay. And then we talked for a minute. He goes, oh, by the way, I see you got your hair cut. And then I got the selfie of the two of us because we always say, I'm like, dude, this is you in 15 years, man. Hey, there's our good buddy Jamie, the Law. Cheers from Michigan. Great meeting Jamie at NAMM.
The Law.
The Law. Yes, great guitar player, Kramer and Dorsey. Ran into him at the FU-Tone booth.
I think we lost Quentin.
He said he'd be right back.
Oh, did he? I didn't hear that. Okay.
No problem.
Definitely check out Jamie's channel, too. I don't know what he's got up for content. I saw a little thing. He was at a local guitar shop the other day because it was super cold and he had to get a guitar serviced. Let's see. Todd Flower says, I got some Dunlop Flow picks from a guy that saw my Flowmaster build. Oh, cool. And I missed my sister's question above. All right. I don't know who my barber is, Ed. I got one haircut in the last 4 years.
Shave and a haircut. 2 bits.
All right.
There's an oldie.
Oh, here we go. Have you changed any of your opinions on certain guitars or gear since going to NAMM for better or worse? Good question. I got to play through the Helix system, so it's kind of what I expected. Great product. Still not my bag. Let me think.
Hack is going, why is he on here?
You're not going to find anything there, buddy.
Trying to think. I don't know. I don't know if there was a... Well, the Macmul guitars were nice, but they weren't cheap.
Yeah, hey,
it was kind of... There was a few meh moments because you play a guitar, you're like, oh, this is really good. Then you see the $4,000 price tag and you understand, oh, okay, now I get why it plays so well.
those headstocks look like ass.
Yeah.
Oh, you love them, Quentin.
Oh, Henning's done a couple of videos about me and that damn headstock, man.
Oh, I remember, yeah, he had the piece of paper cutout for the Quentin James adjustment tool or something.
He even had his mom on there. His mom didn't like him. I was like, ah! he sees I'm on there, and somebody's talking to him, and he says, they say, Quentin says he still loves you. And he's like, wait, come here. And he takes the camera guy over, and he's like, Quentin. And he starts sticking his tongue out, making out with me. It's like, oh, I love YouTube.
A guitar that impressed me was because I hadn't seen them in Canada, was the import line of Martin guitars.
What?
Yeah, Martin has an import line.
Did not know that.
Neither did I. And JJ's like, dude, and he shows me like a Craigslist, and they're going for like 600-700 used. I picked up a couple, and other than sounding, a hair brighter, because I find all Asian guitars sound a touch brighter. They played great, and it felt like a Martin. So
there you go.
Yeah, I think Taylor came out and really kicked the shit out of Martin. But I will tell you this, man. if you show up at like at a bluegrass gig, you better have a Martin in that guitar case. I don't care if it's $12,000 Taylor. It better say Martin on the headstock, man.
Yeah.
It
says Martin has Sigma. Actually, Martin sold Sigma a few years ago. I wasn't aware of that until last year. But yeah, Sigma is now their own deal. They're not part of Martin anymore.
Oh.
So they're doing their own import thing again, I guess. And they're pretty impressive. There's a lot of cool stuff there. You know, like the Kiesels were nice. They're able to play.
And Solar guitars.
I didn't hit Solar. I don't know if I could play a Solar. There's like too many frets and.
There was some Solar guitars at the Fortin booth.
Yeah,
they were right there.
Yeah, we were right there. I remember seeing Fortin because they were right near Legator, because we had to go to Legator a couple of times because JJ's wife's sister's boyfriend was playing at the Legator booth. So
JJ's wife's sister's boyfriend. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know, the 7 degrees of separation. Man, right?
I'm just,
he was also the guy that hooked us up for the passes for the body count show, so it was well worth it.
I'm just happy for Ola, because he's, a big YouTube guy, and like, good for you, man. I hope they're a little too metal for me, but
yeah,
I hope he does well with them.
He's a nice guy. I ran into him outside on day one.
Him and who's Leo from Frog Leap? That guy's killer.
Yeah.
Oh God, I love his covers, man.
Yeah.
There you go. Ed says, I want a Rain Song acoustic, but I want the acoustic Sonic. Oh, I'm starting a GoFundMe for one. There you go, Ed. Why not?
I scored a my little Alvarez acoustic used about a chain store musical round for what was $140. All I wanted was a dreadnought. I didn't want a cutaway or electronics, just a dreadnought. And man, even $140, it plays great, sounds great. You don't have to spend $1,000 to get a decent guitar nowadays.
Well, that brand actually is pretty good for picking up these instruments and on music go around.
Yeah, and if I'm buying $1,000 guitar, it better be freaking flawless and come with a hard shell case.
Yeah, no kidding. What's up with that, eh? Like it seems like you got to spend $2,000 now to get a hard shell case.
Yeah,
not with PRS. $2,000 doesn't buy a case with PRS.
Yeah, don't get me started on PRS.
The tone kit made famous, and it came with a gig bag. Like, what?
Oh no, that's nuts, man.
Jamie says, thank you, Todd and Guitar Hack. I'll need to do some talking to Ben and see how I can give back. How about we do a hangout sometime, Jamie? We'll get you on here. We'll have you show off your Kramers. How about that?
Sure.
Talk about the gigging he does and such. Epiphone Master Built is the best your money can buy, Zipfix says. You know what? There, I like those videos, like when you compare like the highest end, say Epiphone Les Paul with your base model Gibson Les Paul and how close they really are. Yeah,
but it says Epiphone on the headstock.
Well, yeah, it's got that weird headstock.
Yeah,
Hack and I are like, dude, I don't care how good it is. It's got to say Gibson on the headstock, and it can't say.
I'm a headstock snob too. I got an Epiphone Les Paul I started rebuilding a year ago, and I still haven't finished it.
And it can't say Studio on the truss rod cover either.
No,
it's got to have the right head shape, man.
That's right, Hack. You know what I'm talking about.
I totally know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Well, it's the other weird thing too about the Epiphone Master Built headstock is it's even a lot different than the headstock that's on the Sheridan. It's actually squared off like a ping pong paddle almost.
Right.
Isn't it funny? I mean, at least for me, a headstock can almost make it or break it.
Oh, I agree.
It's got a goofy looking headstock, man. I have such issues with that. Fret markers too. Schecter came out with a pretty, I think it was Schecter, pretty cool looking Super Strat, but the fret markers were like they're too gaudy.
You know what throws me too is I need to see fret markers on the fretboard.
Yeah, yeah. I had a guitar that didn't have them on there, and it was still a bitch to play. That I never thought about it, but I mean, I see the side dots, but
It's not the same.
I tell you this, and this is really weird. My custom, Les Paul customs have a fret marker at the first fret, and all my other guitars didn't. And that really sometimes kind of gave me the willies a little bit.
Yeah.
It's weird.
One more thing to worry about, you're so used to seeing the fret markers on the fret or on the board.
Right. Like a gem, one of those Ibanez gems with the floral pattern. Hate it.
Oh, apparently it's 10-3 Pats.
And the Zach Wild model of his guitars, they got those big ass white fret markers.
The whole fret is a marker. Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
And I thought the Gretsch ones were big till I saw those ones. I was like, wow, you even went bigger than Gretsch. I didn't think that was possible. Yeah, it's like, is that a mother of pearl fretboard with rosewood inlays?
Yeah. You want some wood with that fretboard?
Yeah. We are some picky bastards, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. You know what? I've got OCD for bursts too, like on a Les Paul. That burst, first of all, it has to be a teardrop. It can't be perimeter. Perimeter's unacceptable. It has to be a teardrop, and it has to be perfectly symmetrical. If it's too dark down one side, too light on the other, or when it goes a little farther than the other, that's a non-starter for me. I don't care how good that thing plays.
Great. That makes me feel better about myself. Really.
Yeah, man, you're not alone, brother. Yeah, I'm total OCD with that stuff. Totally.
Yeah, I can sit here for half an hour and nitpick every $3,000 guitar, but then go to a pawn shop, pick up a guitar for $50 and go, this doesn't play half bad.
Yeah.
Now that I've said that, why don't Hack and Ben go ahead and take them damn pickguards off your Les Pauls?
Because they belong there.
Actually, Todd Flowers just mentioned this. Yes, I totally agree. No silver bursts.
Yeah.
Silver burst, I don't know what the hell they were thinking. That's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. That's almost as bad as gold hardware.
Now, my white Explorer had all gold hardware. After about 2 weeks, it started bubbling up, man. Like, all right, I'll never get gold hardware again.
There you go. Yeah, we all got our things, man.
Exactly. And that's what makes the community great. Because if we all like the exact same thing, too, where's the fun in that?
Yeah, just go on any Facebook page and ask what's the best guitar string or the best guitar pick.
Yeah.
Oh, God, here we go.
Yeah.
Or tell them that, the wood does make a difference in tone. And then just sit back with your bowl of popcorn.
That's it, yeah. Or you got to use these picks. These are the best picks.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we got little J1 joining us, and there's Ike, Flipside Music in the house.
Hey, Flipside, how are you, man?
Wait, Ike, look, buddy. Ike.
Right. Half the panel was representing Ike.
Ike, there we go. Ike.
I feel left out. I got no swag.
I'm thinking outside of the actual Flipside guys, unless Quentin made a video wearing the Flipside shirt during NAMM, I might have been one of the first guys to have the new Flipside shirt on for a live stream.
I use my pick guards to anchor my fingers on my Les Paul. Yeah, so do I, Todd.
Yeah, get them my way. Take it off.
You know what? I don't know. I like it with and without. It depends, man. It depends. I got a standard 2016. It's got a nice flame. I won't put a pickguard on that guitar. But if you got a plain top, throw a pickguard on it.
Yeah.
I like pickguards so much I have spares laying around just in case I get a guitar without one.
There you go.
Oh, wait. But wait, there's more. There's another spare one in black in case I want to go with black.
Yeah,
cool.
I don't even know where they all came from.
You can.
Oh, yeah, that one's got it on. I don't even know where. Yeah, I don't even know where the black one came from. Let's see. So yes, if you guys are interested in some cool gear, definitely check out Flipside's channel and website. Might as well show some support since the supporter's in the chat, which is awesome. Got some new stuff in that I'm drooling over.
I got to send him another question for his what's the fact. I sent him one the other day. I got to send him another one.
Good. Hey, I forget what I asked this week. It was great meeting up with Ike at NAMM, as well as MJ and Dylan as well. Dylan was having a blast.
Everybody see that one? I even got
Nice.
And
I love the music. Cool.
Love it.
Yeah, I like that one.
Man.
Yeah, Brad Miller agrees. Leaving my pick guard on my new one, and I'm a fan of them off, especially when they have a great top. Yeah, that's about it.
Hey, let me ask everybody this. You know those like a Gibson Dove that has the huge pick guard on the top end, bottom of the sound hole? Have you seen those, right?
Yeah.
If part of most of the sound is that top vibrating, why the hell would they want to glue a big piece of plastic all over the top of it?
Oh, I know. That deadens the sound so much.
Yeah.
I'll call that new guy and see what the deal is.
There you go.
JC, yeah.
Maybe he'll send me a pair of Levi's too.
All right, Sis has got to go. She says her power's gone out 3 times in the last 10 minutes. Going to head out and save battery in case it goes out again. All right, Sis.
Oh, bye, Amanda.
Talk to you soon. Love you.
Take care.
Weird. Weather seems to be fine here.
So, Ben, how was that pizza the other night? I don't think we got a review.
Disappointing. It was all right. Like, it tasted all right, but it was definitely not deep dish. That's for sure. Okay, Terry. But, you know, the funny part is, being that I'm from a small town, I'm on the phone with the hotel at 9:15 at night, and I was like, please tell me there's a place that still delivers food this late at night. And she's like, really? It's 9 at night. I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, yeah. And the pizza place was open till 4 a.m., I guess.
4 a.m.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, nice. ZipFix has a 75 Gibson Hummingbird. Very nice. Bam Ozzy doesn't like pick guards on any guitar because he wants to see the wood grain.
Yeah. Like, again, everybody's got their things, right?
Exactly.
Well, clear pick guard, the law is saying.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, dude. Damn it.
Wow.
Interception.
4?
The Rams threw an interception to New England.
Ah.
So it's New England on the like 2 or 3 yard line of the Rams. So they got a long way to go, but it's still 10-3 and 4 minutes, a little over 4 minutes left.
In the fourth?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's basically.
Wow, ZipFix has a 34 L50 Gibson. Very nice.
Do you remember the Lab Series amps? I had an L7 Lab Series.
Lab Series? No.
I don't remember them.
Yeah, look them up. Pretty cool.
Brett McCord likes the white Les Paul behind me. Yeah, that would be my Fibson.
Fibson.
Yes, not quite a Gibson. Plays well. Built in the same plant as the Epiphones, is my understanding. It was purchased, 10 years ago, maybe. When it was right after Pixie got his, or Steve got his, because my buddy found Pixie's channel and he bought one shortly thereafter. And then I got it off him last year and threw some Duncan 59s in it and haven't looked back.
I saw where the Tone King got that new Epi Explorer.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool looking. Apparently it's got like maybe a 60s tapered neck or slim tapered neck or something small.
Right.
A bit more
that's one Epiphone that I could get away playing because the headstock's the same, right?
Yeah.
I did away with that one, yeah. So Dennis Bro's asking me if I buy a new LP, will I sell the 2005 outright or trade it in? I'll sell it because you get nothing for trade-ins.
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah.
People don't understand that, you know, a music store or a place like Musical Round, you know, you have to look what a store would pay for that guitar in the first place, and then they have to turn around and sell it and make a decent profit on it.
Exactly.
So that's why it's like it's always best to sell it on Craigslist or something like that. Just be careful, but music stores, you know, they're not going to offer you crap. You know,
Here he is.
there's trouble.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Choppy.
And then they have to turn around. It's like Ike comes on and the whole thing falls apart.
Yeah.
No shit, right?
You broke the internet, man.
I'm going to assume Terry sent you the link because I don't recall me sending the link. That's pretty damn impressive, Ike.
Uh-oh, you're out again, brother.
Hey, Rick Hefner.
Hold on, I gotta kill this because that thing's out.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Rick Hefner. Just saw you there, man.
Good to see Rick again. I think I was talking to Rick briefly last night in Steve's chat. Awesome. Awesome stuff.
Is it all right?
Still choppy.
Does the Gibson come on the OD green? Or in? Okay, that makes sense. That I'm not sure.
Gibson.
I don't know, but JJ obviously fell in love with that green Les Paul he played enough that he painted his gold top green.
Well, that was a custom shop, right? That must have been.
I think so.
Must have been.
I can't dig on guitars that are like that, man. I got to play them, and I got to play them hard. You know what I mean? If it's $10,000, I don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like this. That's why it's good to buy like a store that'll give you like 30 days to take it home and gives you a chance to take it a couple of rehearsals, plug it into your stuff.
Right.
Make sure that it'll, you really, really like it. Like I could have brought that guitar home that I tried there yesterday, Quentin. I could have had it here for a month and then taken it back and said, you know what, I don't want it. I could have done that.
Man, as a music store employee, I hate that.
Yeah.
Also used to get, and I'm sure Ike's gonna get this one. You ever have the male customer come back after you've sold them about $4,000 worth of gear, and they go, my wife won't let me have this. It's like, dude, really? She carry your little cubes around in a jar and give them to you anytime you need to? Freaking pansy. I love music retail. Oh my God. I'm the type of employee that walks up and goes, hey man, you gonna buy that or what?
Nice.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How long does a 9-volt battery last with DMGs? I put the last one in this 3 years ago.
Just make sure you always unplug your guitar when you're not
Yeah,
practicing.
exactly.
Same way with pedals, because you engage the battery even though it's not on.
Yep.
Yeah.
There, you owe me $5.
Acoustic guitars.
Where's Ike? Is he in here or not?
Still freezing up. Well, Todd Flowers is saying he's talking about the Epi Explorer being OD green instead of red.
Yeah, they do make one in that
Okay.
olive drab green, whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Brock Stubblefield has a question for Ike if he gets on. Oh, there you are.
I'm here. I thought I was screwing everything up here. I can't see. I have no chat window or anything, so I don't know if
all right. Brack Stubblefield just said that he was at your shop last summer. It's killer. Thank Dylan for showing me around and Chris for telling me where the good fish and chips place was in the neighborhood for lunch.
Oh, nice. Man, we got good folks at the shop. We're really there to sell stuff.
I lost him.
Again.
Dang it.
Come in and hang out.
Ike, you need to change that 9-volt battery, dude. Guys, I think this game is over. 2.5 minutes left.
It's over, man.
It ain't over till it's over. You never know. There's been some wacky plays.
Is there a fat lady? She sang yet?
Zip says the 9-volt will die at a gig. Even if the battery dies with EMGs, you can still play, just the controls don't work. It just bypasses everything.
You know, that's why I'm not a big fan of the wireless thing unless you absolutely need to have wireless. Uh-oh.
I cannot use the wireless. It's such a, I don't care. It's a different feel. There's latency. I don't care what anybody says. I feel it.
Well, I'm going to be trying a new wireless kit this week, so we'll see how it goes.
Now, I've never played one of the, $4,000 Sures or anything.
Got some bad, we got the bad internet here, Ben. I thought.
I know,
Hey, I got 1 meg service. What are y'all talking about?
I have 0.67, so.
Yikes.
Guitar Hack, the fat lady is warming up. Will Varela.
And before I showed up.
Yeah, no, what the hell when I got on?
I froze again, man.
Getting intermittent Nike, unfortunately.
I'll do the chow. I'll do it.
I have a Delta delay. Ed says if the battery goes dead, it sounds like an air raid siren and you can't shut it off.
Yeah. I found out my ISP decimator does the same thing. And the guys were saying, man, that's such a great effect. Can you do that again? Because it happened right at the lead break. Like, woo!
Oh, my God.
It's like I planned it.
That's crazy.
So, Hacky Dude, are you getting used to that ISP?
You know, I took it. I just had a rehearsal this afternoon, and I was using it again, and I was doing some really heavy gain stuff with heavy gain, and then tube screamer, and then wah on top of that, and it was beautiful. I was able to play it and not have to fight the noise. It was really, really good, man.
Good.
Yeah, it's working out, man. Yeah, happy with it. I'm happy with it. So now I got 12 pedals on my board. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, if you're into, somebody mentioned about putting, Brett McCord, I'm thinking of going to get some active EMGs for my Dean Les Paul style guitar. If you're into stuff that uses like high gain, EMGs are good for that. Everyone's like, those who complain about EMGs say they're a tone sucker. But if you're playing with a high gain sound, you're not going for tone. I'm sorry. You know, you're not hearing the tone.
The thing about EMGs is they're going to sound the same whether you got them in a Les Paul or a Hunka 2x4. They're going to sound like an EMG. That's not good or bad, but I've had like a JB and a Strat and a JB and a Les Paul, and I liked it in one, didn't like it in the other. But yeah, your EMGs they're going to sound the same no matter what you put them in.
Yeah, that's what everyone says about them. Doesn't really matter.
Like Steve Lukather, man, he's got them in his for all that studio work he does. Don't tell me they're just heavy metal.
I'd used them for country.
Yeah, so. I had a guitar with an 81 in the bridge and an SA in the neck, and I mean it's great for that guitar.
Yeah.
That was my guitar without the fret markers, the one with the blonde girl on it. Did I send you a picture of that one?
No.
Oh, that was a BC. Well, it was a Bernie. It's called a Mason Bernard, which Bernie Rico made. I don't know, back in the late '80s. He did custom stuff for a while. But yeah, no fret markers on the fretboard.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, Brad Miller's saying that he likes to say Brad Miller bought a P90 Les Paul and he's loving it.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, he was asking about it. I told him, don't ask me, man. Never ask me if you should buy a guitar because I always have the same answer. It's yes, and right away.
Yes. Ike just mentioned, it seems like folks are headed towards the Fishman Fluence pickups. Yeah. Because they have like lithium ion battery with 300 hours playing time.
Yeah.
Dude, I have an Invader in my Strat. I mean, I don't know. I just don't like batteries in the guitar. I don't know. But yeah, that thing's like 16.5K.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah, I'm looking to eventually, I'm going to pull the EMGs out of this thing at some point, but I haven't decided what yet.
Dude, you get into pickup anxiety. I mean, there's so many different types of pickups. You're not going to know until you slap it in there, and it's like, well, what would this other one sound like? I mean,
well, Nesdall might be sending me a set of Twisted Telly pickups that he's got laying around, so.
Those are good.
He's like, do you want to put some Twisted Tellys in that thing? I'm like, okay. You know.
Yeah, those are good.
You know what I want for my Strat? I got that Mexican Strat. A buddy of mine gave me a like a Duncan, I don't know, H2 or something. I want just stock American Standard pickups in my neck and middle.
Mm-hmm.
Just that H2 just doesn't sound like a Strat. The stock pickups didn't really sound Stratty enough. I want that squawk spank of just a regular American Standard pickup. But hell, I can't find them anywhere cheap, not even on eBay or. So somebody's got some laying around.
You know, I got fat 50s on my Strat. That's why I bought it, because it's the first Strat that had any balls that I played.
Yeah.
Without, having to cheat and, just with regular Fender pickups. And yeah, if you like a little bit of meat, those are good pickups.
Jeez. Todd has a Seymour Duncan BG 1400 that's 32K output. Jesus.
Ah, it's like a rat pedal.
And Quentin, Ike says, call me, bro. I'm a Fender dealer.
Oh, well, duh.
Yeah. And yes, the Grizzlecaster does come with a Fishman's, Todd.
I think Robert Baker's really freaking out over those, too. Those Fishman pickups.
Sure, Zed.
There's another great
You can
player.
find me a set of pickups. Let me know. I'm sure we can work out some kind of a trade or what have you.
So Marsman is saying, after seeing, I did a video on the ISP Decimator when I first got it because I wasn't happy with it, but then I've grown to love it. And he's saying he bought a $20 Donner noise killer off reverb. And if it messes with your tone, what difference does, I don't know what he means by that, but
A lot of noise gates are real tone suckers.
yeah, well, I'm actually, this one I'm happy with because it really doesn't. Like,
That's nice.
Yeah, it doesn't. And then, you know what, too? Like, I always have the EP booster on, which just, like, throws everything into overdrive anyway, so it's...
I think that the ISP and the Boss NS2, those are probably what I see in most people's boards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ike says to Quentin, I know you're looking for that Mayer sound.
John Mayer?
John Mayer.
Sound.
Yep.
I don't know.
Oscar Mayer sound.
Oh, it's just a stock freaking Strat.
Maybe he's just giving you a hard time.
You talking about that Paul Reed Smith guitar? Because I don't care what they say, that thing's a Strat. Everybody's like, no, it's not. It's a Strat, dude.
Yeah.
I thought the interesting thing is they're like, oh, they reverse the headstock. And it's like, yeah, because if you move your hand past the nut, I guess it feels just like a Strat.
And why do you move your hand past the nut?
Exactly. The only reason you do that is because you're Eddie Van Halen and you haven't installed a Floyd Rose yet on the Frankenstein, right?
Or are you going to do that bend behind the nut thing, I guess?
Well, there is that. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got a set of USA Fender pickups. Oh, excellent. Email me up, Zip, if you don't mind, down at the email address below. I'm curious what roughly the vintage is of those pickups. Because God knows I can't put the stock pickups back in the 67 because I found all Dad's old pickups that he had collected over the years. I gave him all to Rich. And he took the best sounding of the 3 neck pickups I gave him to put into my 71 because it had a faulty neck pickup. And that was a mod done last night. So,
all right, Patriots going for a field goal. And it looks like he made it. Shit. So 13-3. Yeah.
How much time left?
13-3 with 1:12 left.
Game's over, man.
Patriots. Yeah, game's over. All right, Brady. There's Super Bowl ring number 6, you bastard. It's like smoking hot, though, man. Jeez. Janelle or whoever that is. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's just Marsman is replying back. He's saying he was going to get the ISP, but the price scared me off. Yeah, they're not cheap. I'm like you. I've never used one before and figured before I spent the cash, I tried a cheap one. Glad you're happier with your ISP. Cool, yeah, man. If you found a cheap one that works for you, Marsman, that's awesome, buddy.
I use a Behringer noise gate when I use a noise gate myself because I found it sounds exactly like a mild compressor install on. So that's fine. You know, and I just adjust my tone accordingly.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. You got the EP booster and whatever, you know. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, you haven't got it yet, Marsman. Marsman, when you get that pedal, let me know, buddy. Let me know how that works out for you.
Which one's that? Oh, the ISP as well? Okay. Yeah.
No, he didn't. No, he got a cheaper one. He said he bought one
right.
for Donner. From Reverb or something. Here it is. Donner Noise Gate off of Noise Killer off of Reverb. Yeah. What do you got?
You get them off Amazon even, at least here. I think.
Yeah.
Seems to be Donner sells on Amazon.
You know, the Decimator, from what I remember, was actually a little more expensive on Amazon.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And usually it's the other way around, or at least the same price.
Yeah, I have a terrible habit of when I go to bed at night, I'll look at Amazon and look at the flood of like Donner and Donner-esque pedals available for like $40 Canadian. And I've woken up in the morning, I'm like, oh, good. I didn't check out because there's 6 pedals sitting in my cart.
Yeah.
Heck, back in the day, I think my noise suppressor was probably $400.
Wow.
It was a Rocktron Hush 2C stereo. So that's what we all used back in the day. It had to be cracked, man.
And if you guys saw the latest episode of What the Facts from Flipside, you may have noticed that not only were they doing buying at NAMM, but Ike did some selling as well because JJ bought a guitar off Ike.
Oh, really?
Yes. I think it's still called an ASAT, a G&L ASAT with P90s in it.
Beautiful.
Or their equivalent of P90s. Nice. Yeah, he showed it off in the latest episode of What the FAQs. Cool. Beautiful guitar. I was quite jealous.
What is it, a Telly style?
Yeah. Cool. In kind of
I hate to say
like a seafoam green, robin's egg, or I don't know, something like that.
I hate to say this about the NAMM show, but I think the most exciting thing at NAMM this year was actually Gibson.
Probably. Like, man, they said we're back without saying we're back.
I mean, it's like nothing really new from Helix or Fractal or Kemper, and no really amp that everybody just went, oh my God.
Well, the Friedman JJ
came
out. I mean, Marshall did the 20 watt 800 and the Plexi.
Yep.
I mean, you know, the thing, like, I'm not into that whole Kemper thing, so that for me is
right.
You know, so I mean, I don't know, like I didn't really hear a lot about pedals. Like it's the only thing I heard about pedals was some Dookie pedal,
right?
And I don't know, was it Boss or somebody made a or was it Ernie Ball that made a pedal? They were going on about it. It was a volume with a tuner in it.
With a tuner in it.
Yeah.
Like that's some miraculous, wonderful thing. I'm like, really?
No, dude. It's like, why would you, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
How would you put robot tuners in a headstock? What do I know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Ike says JJ's a cool dude, which we can all agree JJ is a cool dude.
Yeah,
and it's an ASAT Deluxe Seafoam Green with WTF pickups.
Ah, there you go.
Oh yeah, Fender went pedal nuts. Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking with Tim from Arden's. Apparently Fender has a new phaser out, so I have to check that out because you know me and phasers. So.
But from what I remember, didn't Fender their new line of pedals, aren't they like a less expensive version? Or am I
don't know yet. I know TC Electronics did that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think it was could be completely off base here, but I'm remembering them having sort of that same type of idea where they have like a lesser expensive Fender line of pedals. I could be way off here.
Soda Pop, JJ, aka Ronnie Wood. I know. Ever since Lando brought that up, I could totally hear it. And welcome, A64 T-Bird. Good to see you.
How's it going, A64?
Somebody really wanted some tone wood. Find a piece of oak where metal is in it and has pulled the blue iron stain up into the wood. You might can put your pickups on top of that. That would be cool. And apparently, Bam Ozzy says the Pats have won.
Pats have won.
Imagine that.
Nope. Still 5 seconds left. 13-3.
Quentin's on his own personal 7-second delay.
Yeah.
2, 1. Nope. 0. Yep, it's over.
Hey, Vinny, 5150. Welcome.
So riddle me this,
Hey,
Batman. What is? Remember when Fender had just the American Standard? What the hell is the American Standard nowadays? What's that?
Doesn't exist.
Yeah, but
no. Well, the American Standard is the American Professional with a new name and price tag.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's a real piss off because they basically just renamed the guitar and charge you more money for it. And then they put out the Elite as well, which is even a little more money than that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, so we got a couple of things here. Marsman says, was Dane Electro there? Didn't see them anything on them. Yes, they were there. I didn't bother taking any pictures because I'm not a Dane Electro fan myself. And Brad Miller, we have breaking news. Shameless plug, but I just put up my first YouTube video.
Woo!
All right.
There we go. Congratulations, Brad. Oh, wait. I have a sound machine for occasions like this. Aha! There we go. What do we want to hit? There we go.
Yeah.
So he doesn't think it's very good, but you got to start somewhere. Exactly.
There you go. So please sub to Brad Miller. Check out his video.
Let's blow
Brad,
up the video.
If it's not very good, just go watch my channel. You'll feel better.
Yeah.
Quentin is the bar.
Nah.
And we have a public service announcement during the Super Bowl holiday Sunday. Don't put metal in the microwave.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, Todd Flowers bought 4 new Fender pedals last year, and they were fairly low cost, but this year they are much higher priced on their newer ones. So there you go.
And I'll explain myself. Todd says, shame on you, Ben. Danos are great. That 59X is killer. My problem with Dane Electros is they've more than doubled in price over the last 5 years, and there's been zero improvement in build quality. I think they're a cheap-ass guitar. I don't think they should be cost more than $300-400 Canadian. They're asking upwards of $1,000 for them here. It's a joke.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I agree, Soda Pop. Quentin is a killer guitar player. He
can shred with his feet.
Yeah. Should hear Sylvester play, man.
Bit of chicken picking?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, chicken picking, I get it. Oh, Hack, that shirt that Sylvester ordered ought to be here next day or two.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, when you get it, post a vid.
Yeah, I'll do an unboxing of it.
Yeah, cool, man. I'll put it on the channel and the Facebook page, I should say.
I'll do my what's this going to do? Aqua party on! Excellent.
Yeah.
Todd says, really, yeah, 400 US, which equates to roughly 550, 600 Canadian, but they really up the, I don't, what do you want to call it, penalty for being Canadian fee. So it's just, yeah. Like, maybe Chapman is consulting Dane Electro. Man, you'd think
Very
so, dude.
possible.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wouldn't Sylvester be good at budgie bending?
Oh, sad.
Let's see. The law says one multi-effects that impressed me at NAMM was the Moore GE300 30-minute stereo looper, tone capture like a Kemper, crazy good piezo like acoustic sim, and signal metering.
Yeah,
Very cool.
Moore
Can't do it.
Will be dominating that price range, like kind of like Zoom used to. Moore's coming out with some good stuff. Bless
Yeah.
you. A Gesundheit.
Well, it was a cough, but thanks.
What do you say? Do you guys want to go until the bottom of the hour?
Sure.
Yeah. I'm
That's
good.
right. We're still getting lots of funny comments and questions in the chat, so why not?
Bottom of the hour, it's 10:09 here. What's that Canadian?
10:09.
It's $1.50.
No, that would be 1040 Canadian.
Yeah.
Ike says, Quentin, do you live in Iceland? There is never any light in your video feed.
Quinn keeps it dark so the police don't find him, right, Quinn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a run with him about a week or two ago.
Yeah, I know you did. That's why I said it.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that flashbang to come flying through my window.
Yeah, they did, Jamie. Yeah, Moore got sued pretty good there by Mike Matthews.
Electro
That was crazy. Yeah. I don't know if I saw anything new from Electro Harmonics, come to think of it.
I think
they've
they
really done much.
a couple of 2 or 3 new things out, but I don't know what they were.
Well, I'm sure they're weird, and I'm sure there was some kind of substance involved in the creation of them.
Yeah. The first pedal I ever got was the first one they ever made, that LPB1 linear power booster.
Yep. I almost bought one of those, like, you know, the original when they were just a jack that would either you put it in the amp end or out of your guitar even, you know, the little box with the 2 jacks.
Right.
And I saw about a dozen of them at the vintage guitar show, and I thought, damn, I really want, I have no use for it, but it'd be just so cool to have, you know, because that's kind of started it all.
Yep, sure.
We got a good question in here from Bamazi. He's asking, do you think the multi-effects pedals like Head Rush or the GT1000 can ever replace individual pedals, if not now, in the future?
No, I think there's always going to be a pedal market.
Yeah, like, because they can replicate them so good now. They're like those Helix systems, my God. They're pretty dead on, but still, I don't know. I like to be able to just swap out the physical, have the pedal in my hand. Marsman asks, Josh Scott seems real. Did you do a vid with him? No. I met him in a food lineup at one of the food trucks, and I was talking to him about my Memphis pedals. He's interested in checking them out because they need some love, and I want him to check out the circuit boards and stuff like that. No other pedal guy I ran into. I stumped everybody with my Memphis pedals. Brian Wampler had never heard of them.
Wow.
Dan Steinhardt from that pedal show vaguely remembered them, but had never physically seen one. But Josh knew about them, of course, because Josh is such a pedal nerd. And then, so we were talking. He might be coming on for a hangout as well, actually.
Oh, cool. 64 T-Bird's asking about action.
Sure.
When we play with low action, there's a bit of buzzing off the frets. Very faint, but you can hear it on the computer stuff. And he mentioned something earlier. Can we talk about action? I have been a low action guy for a long time, and recently I really paid attention to the classic rockers. They play with medium to high action.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't play with. I've tried playing with higher action, and I can't do it. I'm
I
such a
can't do it
lazy
either.
player.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, I mean, if you got the whole idea is you want, at least for me, and I think most people, you want the action as low as possible before it starts to buzz.
Yeah, that's what I do. I literally lower my action to the point of buzzing, and then it's a fraction of a turn up.
Bring it back up. Yeah.
Yeah, like on a tunematic, I think I do about 3/8 of a turn on the wheel above, to take it off the buzzing.
Yeah.
And I also run 0 neck relief. I run a completely flat fretboard.
I'm the exact opposite. I like mine a little bit higher because, especially on the high strings, like the E and A or E and B, I don't like to feel like I'm falling over the top of the string when I'm bending. And I use a heavy pick and I hit really hard. So I'll make any guitar buzz. But you got to remember this. You got a metal string on metal frets. All right. So it depends on how kind of anal you are about a buzz. Acoustically, you may hear it, but you won't hear it coming through your rig.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'll have a little bit of buzz if I play it, but I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean I'm messing with the magnetic field around a pickup, and it's not going to be a buzz off a fret. You know what I mean?
There's a difference between a little buzz and it fretting out, or
Yeah,
that's a major issue.
yeah,
But
as long as it doesn't kill the note, especially if you're playing through an amplifier, you're never going to hear that buzz through the amp anyways.
No, I mean, you could have a half fret here and there, and there's so many issues that come in, but a guitar is gonna buzz.
Yeah.
It's just, is it coming through the rig or not?
Ike comments, all I know is that classic rock got more action than new rock action.
Yeah.
Truth.
I was going to say, Jay Mascis of Dinosaur Jr.
Super high.
He has a really high.
Yeah. Yeah, but remember, you got to also remember, Jay Mascis only discovered palm muting in the last year and a half.
Yeah, well.
I saw an interview. He goes, yeah, so I learned how to palm mute. And I was telling Richie that because he's a huge Dinosaur Jr. fan as well. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, listen to every song. There's no palm muting. It's all jangly open chords. He's like,
yeah,
you're right. I'm like, yeah, Jay Mascis didn't know how to palm mute until recently.
He's not exactly my go-to for guitar technique. You know?
No. But he's one of those players that I'll listen to one of his solos and I'm like, how do you just link a bunch of noise together and somehow it's a melodic solo? I could never do that. Like Larry Lalonde from Primus, another example. I could never play like Larry Lalonde.
No, I just mentioned because of having the high action, because that was what he said. He had somebody come over and they were like, "Oh, can I try one of your Jazz Masters?"
We lost
your volume again.
Lost your volume, Terry. Terry, can't hear you.
Did y'all see the show when Phil McKnight had his mic muted for like a half an hour?
Yeah.
That's great. Oh, it's great. All of a sudden you see
we got Dennis Rio headed out. See you, Dennis. Have a good night.
Night, Dennis.
A64 T-Bird, but I've noticed the problem with low action is that you're always adjusting the neck. There's a thin line between good and bad buzz. Yes. Yeah, that is true. The lower action you run, you are running a more higher maintenance setup, if you want to call it that.
Yeah. Can I be heard?
Yes, we can hear you.
I wasn't sure. I don't know what's going on. I almost think it's this mic.
We figured you just were pulling a Phil McKnight.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, like I said, somebody came over to Jay Mascis' place and they said, "Oh, I've never tried a Jazz Master before." And he's like, "Well, here, yeah, you can try one of them." So he hands it over to him. The guy's like goes to start playing. And he's like, "How the hell can you play this guitar?" And he's like, What's wrong? He goes, "Your action is so high." He goes, "I can't play it."
Well, Andy has to run high action because he put a tunematic bridge on an offset where the neck radius is nowhere even close.
Quarter, yeah.
Yeah. So
I will say this: if I'm just one of those guys, man. I guess if I see you walk out on stage with the Jazz Master, I know I'm pretty much probably not going to like your band. Especially if you hold the guitar like way up here when you play, I'm definitely not going to like your band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If you're walking out with a Fender offset, you're wearing a T-shirt over a thermal shirt, prepare to watch a guy look at his feet the entire set.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole musical genre. It's called shoegazing.
Yeah.
Or look at Korn. They were down there almost licking their shoes, man.
Yep.
Yeah, the guy had his bass. The bass player, remember, is down by his knees, man.
Yeah.
The guy hunched over the whole time.
Yeah.
Fieldy.
Yeah, same as Matt Shepard from Soundgarden. He used to wear his bass around his knees as well.
Yeah, that's a little.
Remember, kids would come in and want to learn a Korn song, and I'm going, dude, I can't even hear I can't hear a note, man. I can't differentiate anything they're freaking doing.
Yeah.
Just get a whole shitload of pedals, turn them all on, and tune your guitar down to an octave down, and there you go.
Yep.
Yeah, especially to teach the bass for Korn. It's like he's going to hold it like this. It's like, no, you can't play it like that. If you're going to try to play Korn, you got to play it like this. Almost like a stand-up bass.
The Dogpa says the Jazz Masters for serious rock and roll. Seems to me Richie was playing Jazz Masters and Jaguars when he was in his punk band. Man, he couldn't keep those things in tune.
Yeah, I can't play those guitars.
Ben Shepard. There we go. Why do you say Matt Shepard? That was close. Thank you, Han36 Solo, for the clarification. Should know that. Big Soundgarden fan.
Pete Townsend rocked the Jazz Master occasionally, True Shack is saying.
I think Pete rocked about everything at one time or another, which is cool. Calm yourself, Terry. Calm yourself.
Terry's about to say something inappropriate.
I didn't say anything inappropriate, but Terry definitely heard something inappropriate.
Yeah, he's going to turn it.
He likes him. Okay, Todd likes him because he plays sitting down.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, it's just not my cup of tea.
I rarely get to play sitting down.
Well, yeah, if I'm rehearsing, always standing up because you got to rehearse if you're going to do a gig. You can't. I would be really weird if I went to a rehearsal space, pulled up a chair, and sat. It's like,
hey, I've sat down on stage, so.
Oh, I've never.
I remember one of my guitar. I think it was in One Day to Live. And I messed up my hip really bad, so I had my stool / guitar stand. I'm using that. He's like, "Really, dude? You're sitting down?" I looked at him. I said, "Stevie Ray Vaughan played sitting down. Get back to your side of the stage."
Oh, that's true. He did Lenny sitting down. Yeah.
We sat down at rehearsals. I mean, we'd have 2-hour rehearsals. But, I mean, after we played together for so long and, you know, you're in somebody's basement. I've got a little bitty practice amp. The drummer's turned his snare off. He might be playing with hot rods because, I mean, just we couldn't do 2 hours of rehearsal in the basement at full stage volume. There's no way. You'd be deaf.
Yeah, and that's probably why I'm deaf, because I did about 2 years of it.
Yeah. What?
Half stacks in a basement.
Yeah. Well, I'm always in a big rehearsal room, so lots of room, and everybody's standing, and you're not, which is great, man, because you got to have room to move. If you're in a tight little rehearsal space, man, it's just
your last rehearsal gig video was awesome, man. That was great.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I recorded today too. I might post that. I'll see how it sounds, but yeah, thanks, man.
Oh man, your wife was like just wailing. God,
best singer I know.
That was great.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Hey, and I'll announce that. Well, the Honey Badgers have a new singer, folks. I'm not saying who it is because we haven't notified all the non-candidates at this point, but we have selected a singer.
That's good, man.
Don't call us. We'll call you.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're very happy about that, and they have to get ramped up quick because we're gigging in a month.
Wow.
Probably working around airplanes and airports for 30 years. Oh, dude, I can imagine. I spent 2 years working on the military base here in town. Vinny 5150 asks Quentin, how are you?
Wonderful.
Well, Todd, I can't say male or female because we had one of one gender and several of another. So if I announce, then somebody will know already.
I thought you were going to say there was some of mixed gender.
Yeah, we got one of those transformers, you know, more than meets the eye.
I'm not touching that.
Neither am I.
Literally.
Oh, when I used to drink, I'd pretty much touch anything.
Oh, God.
Oh.
What do you think about that, Sylvester?
Hello again, Ivan Carter. Oh, we got 51 people watching. So, yeah, if you have any last questions, now would be the time to ask. We'll be wrapping up soon.
Welcome, fellow bird watchers.
So, where's everybody from? I'm in Louisville, Kentucky.
All right.
Just asking.
Everybody in the chat, if you don't mind saying where you are, we'll get some shout outs here. I'm in Trenton, Ontario. Will, yes, once we get the new singer ramped up, we will be streaming practices live. They won't even be pre-recorded. We'll probably just stream them live. And then, like I was telling Hack off air, like if Hack or Terry or any of the mods are in the chat, then they'll just let you know. We won't be watching the chat or anything like that. We'll just happen to be streaming our practice.
Wow. Everything's flooding in. We got
Rochester, New York, Louisville,
Florida,
Sarasota, Florida, Roseburg, Oregon, Tacoma, Washington, Ohio, in the UK, Brooklyn, New York, South Carolina, San Francisco. Showman's originally from Louisville, now in Florida. Illinois, Kamloops, BC. Oh, you have, okay, -20. You have our condolences, Paul. Oyster Bay, New York, Blind River, Ontario, Oshkosh, Wisconsin, California, Murfreesboro, which is Nashville area, LA, originally from Warsaw, Indiana. Awesome.
Isn't that crazy? I mean, it's all around the country on the other side of the pond. I mean, just awesome. That's why I love YouTube.
Yeah.
Yep.
Showman asks, anyone play an ESP Viper 100? Is it the Vipers? Are they like the Les Paul style?
No, I think they're the SG.
They're the SG style.
Oh, the SG style?
The 100.
I played them. They played like an SG to me.
The 100, I think, is the bottom tier.
If I recall, they got a chubbier neck on them though than an SG.
Viper 1000.
Yeah.
I would imagine the Viper 1000 would be a nicer version of the Viper 100.
Like quilted.
I'm pretty sure I played one. I'm not a fan of SGs at all, though. So
I think it's.
Don't tell Hack that.
I just did. Brian Cote's from Alliston, Ontario. Yeah.
What's up, Brian Cote?
I'm in Toronto, Ontario. Kind of close to Brian. He could be the closest.
Yeah, and I'm about 45 minutes away from Brian in Midland.
Yeah, Showman, I played those. Like, say they play all right. You know, I'm just not into that shape, unfortunately, and balance. Actually, I should say not so much into that shape as into the balance. Although I do know that non-headstock heavy SGs exist. And if I ever come across one, or if Richie sells his, I will then own it.
I was just going to say that about Richie's.
Hey, Michael B. Good to see you.
Hey, Michael
Speaking
B.
of Colorado, Michael B.
He's in the Boston area.
Boston.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
No worries.
Bastion, drinking water.
He doesn't sound like that, though. He says it's a myth that they don't really talk like that. Well, I've got relatives that down there, and they do.
I was getting on ChinaGuitar Sceptic about how's he say it? Woda.
Walter.
I had a glass of water.
Mike, if you're watching, we love you, buddy. I know he watches a lot of these on replay. So.
Oh, he's right. Yeah.
Marsman, any of you guys from Toronto ever have Dave?
Dave Rion work on your stuff?
Oh, Dave. Oh, no.
I wish.
Yeah.
I've been talking to Dave over the last few months. I've been trying to get him on. He's not a fan of technology, really.
No.
I can't imagine that.
He literally said in one of the messages was, every time I try to go live, something gooches up.
Gooch.
And I just about peed myself laughing.
Gooch.
But yeah, we have some mutual friends. Yeah, you'd be surprised. Like, if you'll see Dave will like some of my posts or photos and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, cool. You know, Dave Riom liked it. And he's a cool guy.
I didn't know his last name. I know his, his show. It's funny.
Yeah.
Can you hear him? Can you hear him yapping? He's just been yapping and yapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, little.
What?
Yep.
I think he wants some toast or some pizza or something.
Everybody loves Dave. How can you not like Dave Rion? And he's got some, sounds like he was doing some recording, so he's got some new music coming out this year.
I don't know if his band, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I can't remember which band it is. It's not the Penny Black guys. Can't remember now. But I'm sure Russ Dwarf's probably involved. Because he and Russ are good friends.
Hey, guys, I'm going to boot out of here and make me some coffee.
Alrighty, sir.
Alrighty.
Well, we're going to wrap things up in a minute anyhow. So, do you have anything to add before you leave, Quentin?
Always record the police.
Words of wisdom.
That way, if you get a taser back of the head, you at least got it in video. So, you know.
Yeah.
This is true. This is true.
Oh,
And by the way, my father was chief of police, so trust me, I don't hate the police. I just don't like being told what to do.
Yeah, I hear you, brother.
Don't tell me.
Well, I appreciate you jumping on, buddy. That's
thanks for
awesome.
letting me in.
All right, later, Quinn.
I will
Thanks.
definitely have you on again, man.
All right, later, guys.
Cheers, buddy.
Later,
And
Jerry.
do you have anything to add, Mr. Hack?
Yeah, I got Tuesday, 7 p.m. I got Cheddar Kung Pao in the guitar pit on, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're around, check that out. And
Awesome.
yeah, I still got the merch for cancer. I'm wearing my Guitar Hack shirt.
Excellent. Good cause.
For
Good
that.
cause.
And yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Awesome. I will say the first guitar pick I believe I got at NAMM was from Cheddar Kung Pao.
There you go.
So I have a Cheddar Kung Pao pick.
Awesome.
Terry,
what
do
flavor
you have
does it
anything to
taste?
add, good sir?
Just overall viewing of the overall YouTube guitar community. It's glad to see that there's people out there that are being positive instead of negative. Also, anyone that does happen to have me on Facebook, I do have a fundraiser going through Facebook until my birthday on February 15th, which I am doing donations to the Canada Kidney Foundation.
Another good cause. Awesome. Awesome stuff.
Good, man.
And just briefly, here we are, folks. There is the Cheddar Kung Pao pick.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Oh, yes. Unfortunately, yeah, the 1R is rubbed off already, but I was using it, folks. This is the worst contest ever. A Cheddar Kung Pao pick played by Ben Coombs.
Yeah. No
We had
harm.
one entrant. It was my mother. You know. So I want to also thank Ike for trying to jump in. That's awesome. We'll figure something out. We'll have Ike on again very soon as well because he's a friend of the channel. And look for some stuff coming out in the next few months with Ike and me. And as I always say, hold those doors open. Let that guy in ahead of you in traffic. Do good things, and good things will happen to you. As JJ always says, much love, peace, and rock on. This has been a blast. Till next Thursday, folks, I will see you sooner, if not later, whether it be in a chat. Maybe it's Guitar Hacks chat. Maybe Terry goes live and I'm in the chat. You might see me there. You might see me on this channel. Who knows? Cheers, folks.
Yep.